Welcome to the 508 Power Hour, a fantasy football podcast like no other. And here are your hosts, Fran Baldino and Dave Preventure.
Hello. It is Wednesday, October 28th. 3 days till Halloween. I am a knockoff Fran Baldino, a.k.a. Clown, and welcome to week 9 of the Power Hour.
How's it going, Dave?
Whoa! Hey!
Shit!
I didn't know it's Fran.
Yeah. Dave, how's it going, man?
I'm feeling spooky, Fran. I'll tell you that much.
Oh. I wish I could wear that all night, but I can't really talk in it, so.
Yeah, don't worry, you're still a clown.
Yeah.
Austin, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
It's good to have you back.
Looking great, feeling great.
Great to have you for the whole episode this time.
I know, I'm excited.
What are you dressed up as?
Just good looking guy.
You got a
I'm
nice,
dressed up as Dave. That's
nice
all.
set of hair right there.
Yeah. You know, people always ask what's under the hat, what's under the hood.
And he finally took it off.
I just keep it tied up, and everyone's like, talking shit, like, oh, maybe he doesn't have anything. I'm like, fine, we'll let it go.
Ooh, I like it, man. I like it. Yo, you watch the World Series game last night?
Yeah, I did.
What do you think?
I turned it, like, Mookie Betts hit that home run, and as the ball was flying, shut my laptop.
Can I tell you what I think?
What do you think, David?
I think Justin Turner should be locked up for life for celebrating on the field with a positive corona test. You know, we're trying to get sports done, Fran, and this guy just wins the World Series and gets to go yuck it up with everyone. He's spitting on his hand. Good job. Takes a baseball, throws it, like, everywhere you go with that guy, coronavirus. And now, don't be surprised if LeBron James in L.A. shows up with coronavirus in the coming weeks.
What?
I'll give you a baseball take on that side. Baseball's a dying sport, and last night's game is pretty much why.
I honestly didn't know that the World Series was on last
I think Kevin Cash should be fired, and that's pretty much it.
So I posted yesterday. Neither team deserved to win. So the Dodgers go in. Dodgers go in on Game 6.
That's how it works.
Game 6. Dodgers are up 3-2, and they sit here and they're going a bullpen game in a World Series clinching game. You're gonna go.
I think they knew they had Kershaw at the end if they needed to.
They didn't use Kershaw at the end, so
Well, they didn't need to because Urias came in and he was unbelievable.
bullpen game 6. Nobody wants to watch. Who was the starter? What's his name? Tony Gonsolin.
Gonzalez.
Nobody wants to watch Tony.
Well, Alex Wood came in and he looked great.
Alex Smith.
Dave, you're
bullpen game.
Also looks.
A bullpen game. It's not watchable.
Not wrong.
Look, it worked out in the end. So
it worked out in the end because the other side that didn't deserve to win took their ace out. Dude, he was.
Who won?
73.
Dodgers won.
73 pitches.
Mookie Betts.
Hold on. 73 pitches. 5 1/3. 2 hits, 9 strikeouts. Okay, Mookie's coming up. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Number 2 batter, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Number 3 batter, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts.
Look, they're sabermetrics guys. They got it wrong, but they did what they've been doing all season.
I honestly hope that right there changes baseball.
It won't. So
I mean, nobody watched it happen, so why would it?
That's exactly why it should.
What would change baseball is if they made their sport remotely watchable.
If you let everyone
and take the sabermetrics out, take the nerds and the book guys.
Football's got no nerds.
Well,
name a coach in football that's a nerd.
Sean
McVay, one of the coolest guys in the NFL.
Nah, he tries too hard.
I can't.
No nerds in football.
Matt Patricia is definitely a nerd.
That's why we love football.
With his pencil in his ear.
Rodrigo Blankenship.
Nerd, but not a coach.
Nah.
Alrighty.
Player coach.
Speaking of football, let's jump into Week 7 recap.
That's what we do.
Alrighty, Thursday night, we had the
Eagles.
Eagles 22, Giants 21.
I mean, that was ugly. I still don't trust in Philly, but I mean, I don't know.
I came here a couple weeks ago, and you guys had written off Carson Wentz and the Eagles.
I motivated
I
myself.
said I wasn't going to do it. And I think ever since Carson Wentz has looked a lot better. I don't think he's where they need to be. But he also, every time he gets a receiver back, he loses them. Didn't have Miles Sanders.
Boston Scott didn't look like crazy breakout like he has before.
No.
So
I mean, they're still not at full strength. I know they're...
Rager is practicing today.
Yeah, they're technically leading the NFC East for whatever that's
worth.
That
tie is huge, man. But I honestly think Washington's going to be that team that wins that division.
Ooh, hot take. I think that game, if you watched that game on Thursday,
you were bored to death.
That's the NFC East. That's the cream of the crop for the NFC East. When Wentz is on, Wentz looks so good.
When he's off, he looks like me.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing with Wentz is because he's so up and down. He was on at the end of the game. That touchdown pass to seal the deal. Mm-hmm. Dude, you can't throw a better pass. Cannot throw a better pass than that.
I said it before, all the talent in the world. I don't think it's his fault.
I don't either. But it is what it is over there in Philly. Let's see if they can keep it going. Let's move over. New Orleans, 27, Carolina 24.
Yeah, the Big Dick revenge game. It was almost complete, but Joey Sly missed that 65-yarder. By 8 foot.
No,
maybe.
I think it was 68.
No, 65.
No, I thought it was going for the record.
I thought 65 was the record.
64 is the record for
Okay.
Either way, the Panthers have been in pretty much every game they've played. I can't think of a game where they got blown out.
That defense is kind of legit.
Kind of, but they're so young. I think they literally drafted every position on defense this year.
Yeah, which is crazy to be.
So, I think they're growing into it a little bit. I mean, you got to give Matt Rule credit for everyone thought this was going to be a totally non-competitive year for them.
Everyone especially when McCaffrey went down.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I know the Saints aren't, the Saints that we've seen in the past years, but, anytime you can go toe-to-toe with them and it comes down to the last possession, I don't think that's where they expected to be. They've had obviously Mike Davis has been huge for them to keep it going.
C-Mac may be playing Thursday too, so.
Might be, but Robbie Anderson's been phenomenal.
Yep.
I think if Robbie Anderson isn't what he is, then we're not even talking about them as being decent, so. I think they got something brewing down there. I don't think it's going to happen this year, but...
DJ Moore still really hasn't exploded for DJ Moore-esque stats.
No, he had 90 yards again, but I'm going to say it's...
I think he had one big touchdown that kind of did it for him, so...
Mm-hmm. Buffalo, 18. Jets, 10.
This should have been an NFC East game.
Yes.
This
was disgusting. Field goals, it was field goals.
Unbelievable how, 2 weeks we were talking about Josh Allen being the NFL MVP. And
we weren't. He was.
Well, I talked about it a little bit. I thought he was in the conversation, but oh my God, they looked so bad, on offense.
See, this is a Bills team that is setting up the Patriots for failure next week, where I think they lose to Kansas City, and then they don't do anything against the Jets. I think they're going to be fired up.
I think the Bills come out Sunday and they just blow the doors off New England in Buffalo.
They need. I don't know what Devin Singletary's issue is.
He's bad.
He's bad, right?
That's his issue.
Not,
do you give Zach Moss the reins?
They have. They've been a little bit more every week.
Would you start him?
No,
because that's dumb, right?
Yeah, I definitely would not start Zach Moss. He's definitely not my running back start of the week.
I don't think ever.
Zach Moss is a starter if Singletary's not there.
Right.
I start Moss with confidence if Singletary's not there, and I start Singletary with confidence if Moss isn't there. So, this is a good week. They play the Pats. Pats have allowed 200-yard rushers back-to-back.
Gashed.
But, dude, the Jets...
Dawson Knox COVID, though.
Yeah, I know.
You know what he was doing?
Hanging out with Justin Turner.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God.
Yes, 100%.
Maybe that championship blood will swing over to Buffalo.
Probably not. No.
Maybe a little eighth blood.
No.
Well,
Cleveland Browns, 37. Cincinnati Bengals, 34.
Dodgers.
Great game.
Dude.
Fun to watch.
Yeah.
Baker's best game.
And you thought it was going to be bad, too.
He started so
it
bad.
Looked bad.
Didn't he, not have a completed pass in the first quarter or something?
He ended the first quarter, 0 for 1 with an interception.
Yeah. Then he went out and I think it was 17 straight completions.
Yeah, after his best receiver tore his ACL.
Not to laugh, but Odell. If Odell Beckham's going to tear his ACL, he's going to be doing exactly what Odell did.
I didn't even see how it happened.
He flew in for a tackle.
I think he tore the ACL before he jumped.
I think he did, I don't know, but if you watch him it looks like he literally just was pissed off and he just lunged at the guy
that's what it looked like.
away.
But I was thinking of that earlier today because he was probably running ACL pops if he just jumped off that leg. So.
Possible.
I think that's what happened. But Baker's played better without Odell.
Yeah.
In his career.
Odell's going to get a lot of time to just think about life choices, getting shit on and all that. But I think Baker's just 5 touchdowns.
Or eating shit.
Yeah, either way.
Whatever.
But 5 touchdowns for Baker's legit. But again, he's not putting up like huge passing yards, which kind of like, I don't know. That's obviously a stat that I like to see.
I just think they get into the red zone. Everyone assumes they're going to run it, and then he just throws to an open tight end.
Yeah.
I think he had 3
Harrison
touchdowns on tight
Bryant.
ends.
Harrison frickin' Bryant.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah.
Wow. He was they drafted him pretty high.
He was the top scoring tight end this week.
Can't hate that.
Yeah. David Njoku comes back. Austin Hooper misses the game, and Njoku's not the tight end that steps up. So,
Yeah, I think he caught a touchdown still, though.
He did.
yeah,
He
one.
was out there.
Yeah, he was there, but he didn't step up the way.
If David Njoku looks like he's out there, then
Yeah.
you gotta tip your cap.
They should trade him. Joey Burrow looks like the real deal once again.
Yeah,
400.
Every week. I mean, that
Guy needs help though. Can't pick up a win to save his life.
If
that
the
defense.
Bengals can ever figure out how to field a real football team all around,
Yep. That.
Mhm.
Ooh.
they're gonna be good.
Maybe they'll bring back Marvin Jones.
Definitely won't. I don't think their problem's at receiver. I think their problem's
maybe Mohamed Sanu.
at defense.
Sanu is worth a second-round pick still.
All right.
So
No, it was a bad trade there.
Maybe Gilmore for Sanu straight up.
All right.
Frank's clowning again.
Washington 25, Dallas 3.
I mean,
I don't even know. What to say about
it's
this Cowboys
DiNucci
team.
time next week, baby, and I'm hyped to see Ben DiNucci make some pasta and throw it all out there.
What do you do if you're Jerry Jones?
You just
Like you
die.
thought the problem was the coach. Okay, I'll give you Dak got hurt, but even before that, the defense was getting absolutely torched. Like I don't understand. Like if you thought the coach was the problem, and then you bring in new coaches, and your offense is fine, but your defense is literally one of the worst defenses I've ever seen.
Yep, and they make no effort to even do anything about it.
But they don't have a quarterback. So.
Ben DiNucci.
Well, now it's all for nothing. But at the beginning of the year, you had something obviously had something to play for. And
Yes, but NFL executive knowledge, they're missing their starting quarterbacks, so the coaching staff gets another
They get a
year.
pass?
They get a pass.
yeah, it's like when you bring in a new quarterback and you bench him at first
Yeah.
because he's your lifeline when you think you're about to get fired.
Mhm.
Kind of the opposite.
Not like the quarterback's the problem there, but I mean
The offense isn't. the
McCarthy's
problem
going to get a
yet.
pass.
You
so.
guys really don't believe in DiNucci.
Who would? You don't.
James Madison.
James Madison.
They,
he
they-
lost them 2
yeah.
national championships on interceptions, so I'm sure he'll fly with the wind in Dallas.
He might have the coolest name for the starting quarterbacks this week, but
He sounds like a created player.
He's
Like, no,
yeah.
Like, there's
real.
no one that's ever good at
Or,
football
like-
is named Nick DiNucci.
Or Friday
Ben
night.
DiNucci.
Who's that? That's him?
It's Ben.
Exactly. I have no idea.
His name is like Friday nights. Let's go get some pasta down at DiNucci's. You know what I mean? Like he's not a football
He's not
player.
throwing balls to Amari
He's cooking
Cooper.
pizza and he's making lasagna for us.
Third string quarterback is brought to you by.
DiNucci's. yeah.
DiNucci's Pizzeria.
It's not delivery. It's DiNucci's.
DiNucci's.
Like, come on now.
Alrighty, Green Bay 35, Houston 20.
Yeah, Rodgers MVP talk is back. Did you make a face?
I didn't make a face.
Did you make a face?
I made a face.
Because you're dumb, Fran. I mean, Rodgers is still Rodgers. What do you want?
Rodgers is Rodgers, but they played Houston.
Hey, Houston almost came back-ish.
They're 1-6.
Yeah, they're bad.
1
I
of
know.
5
I don't know how
maybe.
they're bad.
Whatever it is.
That-
I don't know if they're bad.
It's Bill O'Brien destroyed that team from within.
Romeo Crennel's kicking field goals down 3 possessions to keep it a 3-possession game in the fourth quarter. Like, if you're Romeo Crennel, why aren't you just doing things to try and win games? Like, you're not going to have the job anyways, and they're not going to fire you.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in over
Like,
his
help the
head.
players out a little
Just
bit.
go for it every fourth down.
When I saw him kick the field goal, I was like, it was giving me, like, Dan Quinn,
Yep,
Bill O'Brien
yep.
flashbacks.
Down.
Like, these guys don't know how to count.
Down 11 and you kick the field goal, or
Yeah.
down 12 you kick the field goal to make it 9.
Speaking of Dan Quinn, let's jump over to his former team. Detroit 23, Atlanta 22.
Todd Gurley, all-time mother... Because he, last year, if you remember...
Dude, he's done it twice.
If
He's
you,
done it
no,
twice in
he-
his career.
If
Three
you
times he's done
remember
it.
last year,
2 times it counted bad,
he
though.
knows what to do, and he sits down before the goal line, so they ice out the clock. Fantasy owners enraged. Now, this time around, he doesn't stop, and NFL Films came out with a thing today where they were mic'd up. Matt Ryan looks at him about 3 times and goes, get down, get down, get down.
What was the over in that game?
It was no, it wasn't
No,
anywhere
it
close.
didn't
It was
say
like
it.
44.
I also don't know.
Yeah,
wondered-
I
was
doubt
wondering
it
if
sniffed
Gurley
it.
had the number. That's
But
all.
so, and he gets incentives for scoring those touchdowns,
Yeah, he does.
Contract bonus.
big time.
It's like an incentive.
I think he gets like a lot of money for each touchdown,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe close to like I don't want to say a number because
Yeah, you don't know.
a lot of money. But he goes into the end zone, Lions come back, Matt Stafford throws his whatever out and just wins the game. But after seeing that film today, Todd Gurley's trying to throw for everyone. I know for a fact. He knows what's going on.
Number one, they didn't lose that game because Todd Gurley scored.
No, they did.
No, they didn't. Atlanta defense has to be held accountable for
Yeah.
allowing a touchdown under 2 minutes.
And I don't think Detroit. I think it was a little over a minute, and Detroit didn't have any
It
timeouts.
was like 102.
Yeah.
And
I
they
mean-
just went straight down the
I
field.
mean, Gurley deserves a lot of crap for that, but that loss isn't on Todd Gurley. Number two,
But
if you're a Todd Gurley fantasy owner, you're a happy guy. I mean, that's a big
What's
that's a big
crazy
touchdown.
too is the previous day in college football, Penn State, Indiana. Penn State has the same opportunity to go down and just win the game. Penn State scores. Indiana comes back, which is a very questionable touchdown call at the end. Just the tip, love it, but
that was a touchdown.
that was I mean you can't
That guy was
you
floating.
can't call it. Yeah, he really was. He was like levitating.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, you're gonna have to. I think you see somewhere, and your coaches are gonna tell you go down if this is you. Like, hey, make sure. And then when your quarterback tells you, hey, go down, I think that's a huge part on you.
I think he just got a little lost, but I think Fran's right. That's not why they lost that game.
Yeah.
I mean, that Atlanta team all around is Matty Ice throwing for 300.
I've said it before. How many ways can you lose a game as a football team? Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I
They
think
found every way possible.
Atlanta has 3 games this season where they have had the winning probability or whatever
Like
that
over 90%.
whatever that number is. It's
Yeah.
been over 98%
And they've lost
3
all
different times, and they're 0-3 in those games. So
Impossible.
it's not a Dan Quinn issue. It's a Atlanta issue. It's that whole city. It's Falcons.
Mush.
Falcons don't know what to do when they have a lead.
Mush.
Pittsburgh 27, Tennessee 24. Pittsburgh undefeated.
You gotta love. I mean, Gostkowski, what are you doing? That's tough.
That was a bad miss.
That's tough.
Yep.
And I thought he redeemed himself. I thought he was back.
I don't know how he has a job.
Well, I mean, because he won about 2 games earlier this year for him, but
Cole
in
Tracy.
Denver, he had that
Cole
big-
Tracy is sitting there.
Hey now, that's assumption. I went to a party with that kid once. I held the ball for him at that party, kicked it uprights 75
When's
yards.
the last time he kicked a meaningful football? Like,
LSU like 2 years ago.
was he in
At
the
that party with
XFL?
Dave.
He won.
At
No,
that party with Dave.
I think
yeah.
he was in
yeah,
the
exactly.
XFL
He won that LSU game.
against Auburn.
Yeah.
Huge kick.
Yeah.
Massive kick.
Massive.
I lost my absolute shit when he hit that. That was a
I did too.
scary
Assumption.
game. Big upset against Auburn.
Big Ben got let off the hook by that missed field goal.
Yeah,
He
dude,
was
His 3
garbage.
interceptions were terrible.
He was garbage at the end of that game. He was running around like you could see in the first half that he was going to turn the ball
Yep.
over. Sometimes you can just tell he's running around like a
And he just
maniac
whips
trying to
it
make
and the
things.
ball's
Yeah,
like-
it's like what?
Yeah.
Sometimes he gets lucky and he finds stupid Deontay Johnson.
Who?
The number 1 in Pittsburgh. Big Ben.
Sounds hurt.
Big Ben is due for that bad game. Tennessee forces more turnovers than any NFL defense. So, I mean, that's a good game for Ben to have the bad game on. But, I mean, dude, he threw that Hail Mary at, I think it was the end of the half. And it was just like, what the hell are you? That looked like me playing in Madden with like 2 seconds on the clock. And I'm
Yep.
like, I'm just going to throw this ball.
Yep.
I think he just thought they were going to win that game by like 50.
Yeah.
And so he was like, I can just do whatever I want. There's no way we lose.
Yep. That
And
interception
it came
sucked.
pretty
And then he
close.
had that one that was tipped. That was terrible.
Yeah.
But
James
it is
Conner,
what it
another good
is.
game,
He's
though.
6-0. He's looking.
The only undefeated team right now.
Wouldn't have guessed that.
Just to point
I-
out,
yeah.
someone said in the chat that Gostkowski has a job because on the year he is 6 for 6 from 50 plus.
Who said that? Give me a
I
name.
don't give a shit.
Those are
I knew it was said.
40 to 49 is where
He's also lost
rough right now.
2 games for.
They all
Tennessee
count for
Titans,
3.
right?
Well, I mean,
so-
yeah, I know.
Did he lose
Like,
2 or just that
50
one?
plus is.
I mean, that opening night, he was
He
terrible.
basically almost lost the game, so I don't know.
He's probably the one who got COVID in Tennessee and screwed the whole team over for 2 weeks. So
Gostkowski?
Tell you what,
probably.
I just
I'm pretty sure he never tested positive. But,
It was Justin Turner.
it
It
wa-
was, yeah.
Justin
Jesus
Turner from
Christ.
yes,
Justin Turner is the root of the corona.
and I just got my sources just told me now, LeBron James may be in quarantine because of Justin
You don't
Turner
even know that. No
You
one
know what?
told you that.
via Rappaport.
No, come on.
Justin Turner's a ginger too. So
All right, well, I mean,
real quick, can you just real quick? I know we touched on this earlier, but how crazy is that?
They let him go out and celebrate.
He was positive, and he was out there hugging everyone, kissing his wife.
I'm going to be honest. If I'm Justin Turner...
Fran's going to be a scumbag.
I know, you just want to...
No, hold
on.
So, I'm Justin Turner. He's, what, a 9-year veteran?
Last year with the Dodgers, more than likely.
Okay.
So after that little stint, hell yeah. I would ship him
He had a couple up and downs in his career. He's been knocked out in the playoffs 4 times in a row with the Dodgers. He wins a World Series. If you're a baseball player, man, the World Series is your dream. Yeah, this guy's dream come true. He can die today, and he's probably a happy man.
Keep a mask on.
Friend, if you are...
It is what it is.
If you're a professional, if you're a real human being, you right after you go inside, you lock yourself down. You don't even celebrate.
His head coach was throwing arms with him.
I know what he's going to say. Way bigger than sports. And if you're Justin Turner, think about all the children that are just watching on TV thinking, hell, if I get coronavirus, I can go...
was on the field.
All their families were there. Every single player's family was on the field. Kershaw's little baby was there. Everyone,
I just heard the baby.
It's insane.
You know what?
Contact with LeBron James.
I know it's the World Series, and you want to celebrate it's like the greatest thing in the world, the greatest accomplishment of his life. Yes, but like Dave said, there are
as a kid, if I was a 10-year-old watching that, I'd be like, oh, if I get sick, I can just cough in my friend's mouth. No repercussion. That's what I'm looking at, and I'm seeing now our youth screwed.
I mean, if that's the case, then Rob Manfred should put the hammer down and just suspend him for life.
I mean, he was
Goodell wouldn't allow it.
Suspended for life.
Goodell would not allow it.
Well, they came out today and said that they were not happy and they're doing a full-blown investigation.
Good thing he doesn't play in the Big 12.
Me as a parent,
Big 10.
I'm not happy because my kids my kids and Shane's kids are just watching Justin Turner coughing.
Dion's cousin's sister.
Mouth. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Crazy, dude.
Now I get a text from Mills saying that Dion's sister has it, and I don't know what to do because I saw him and LeBron last night. It's a whole. I know what everyone's trying to get me with coronavirus, and it's I don't like it anymore.
You and LeBron can't hang out anymore.
I know. Me and Bron.
Next game.
After I gave Bronny the pack, of course I can't hang out.
All right.
We on that Bronny pack, boys.
All right, we'll talk about LeBron. Let's go over to LA.
Okay, let's do it.
LA Chargers 39, Jaguars 29.
Yeah, it was 21 straight from the Jaguars, I think, at one point.
Just couldn't hang on to the ball.
Yeah, they fumbled it a million times.
Yep.
And that Chargers defense, I mean, they gave up 29 to Jacksonville. I still like them. They're young. I don't think they're completely, fully healthy yet. And Herbert's fucking slinging it still. Mm-hmm. And Guyton, it seems like every other week he has an 80-yard touchdown.
What's your realistic thought on Justin Herbert?
I love him.
He's good. He's really good. He's not
Do you think it's an overreaction right now? Or do you think Herbert is
No, I think he's going to be slinging it like that.
Do you think he's the real deal in his career?
Yeah, he's like a more athletic Phil Rivers.
Much more athletic Phillip Rivers. Agreed. And he has an arm, so that helps that quarterback.
Yeah, it actually looks like he's throwing something real.
Yeah, not a discus. Yeah. It's over 6 yards, so.
I don't think I've ever heard him be called Phil Rivers before.
Did I call him Phil?
Yeah. Well, but I mean.
Just me and Phil.
Yeah.
Just a couple of guys.
You can't.
I think.
Nah, I know Phil like that. You don't know Phil like that.
I think you might want to pump the brakes a little bit.
Dang,
Justin Herbert, he's played 5 games in his career.
So is it good in all?
So isn't Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's played 7 or 6.
I mean, are we?
Well, that's the threshold. Is once they play.
But I'm not really talking about Burrow here. I'm talking about Herbert.
I know, but
what are your red flags for Herbert?
It's just early. That's it. It's just early.
No.
It's early.
But you don't think it's early on Burrow?
The Chargers have 1 win with Justin Herbert.
What do the Bengals have?
And it's against the Jaguars.
What do the Bengals
have? A tie and a win.
Against a good team.
Who do they beat?
So he had Herbert is being outdone by an Eagles tie, and that's enough for you.
Meanwhile, did you forget about Herbert went toe-to-toe with Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, and Drew Brees back-to-back?
Fuck. The Bengals beat the Jaguars, too.
This guy, I mean,
that's their one
win. That's a neutral win.
I mean, no.
A tie against a team that you can barely feel the starting lineup.
Joe Burrow's on pace to break records. I mean, I'm not saying Joe Burrow's a Hall of Famer either. I think they're both legit.
I just don't think I've seen either of them that I'm like,
I think
that could be a problem later.
Both of them are way better than Sam Darnold.
I don't even like. How do you even compare those two?
Did he just?
That's about all I'm gonna do.
Herbert has played 2 less games, but he has a higher completion percentage, more yards per attempt at 8.4, more touchdowns, less picks, and only 500 less yards, and that's in 2 less games.
That's fine. I'm not saying either of them are Hall of Famers. If I'm picking one of them, I'm picking Joe Burrow.
He's also been sacked 18 times less. So that makes
that's a
extreme,
+1 for Joe Burrow.
Extreme help.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, if Joe Burrow doesn't have Keenan Allen, Joe Burrow doesn't have Mike Williams, Joe Burrow doesn't have an offensive line, Joe Burrow doesn't even have a starting running. I mean, they don't either. So I mean
T. Higgins,
it is what it is. Joe Burrow doesn't have a defense.
I think they're both gonna be good players for their franchises.
All I'm saying is Herbert might be the real deal, but pump the brakes a little bit. People are talking about this kid as if he's the one breaking records. Like he's not on pace to do anything.
Well, I think more talks about Joey Burrow right now. I think Herbert's kind of overshadowed.
I mean, maybe.
I think Joe Burrow's the one that's been overshadowed a little bit because no one expected Herbert to do what he did. Meanwhile, Burrow's lighting it up, and everyone's like, "Well, no kidding.
Shit,
Look what he did for LSU."
Yeah, exactly. With no defense, and all he has to do is throw the ball. So
Herbert is QB4 in fantasy points per game.
I don't care.
Fantasy podcast.
I don't care about Justin Herbert.
Fran doesn't seem to mind.
Fran seems to now be mad about Justin Herbert.
No, I'm just saying pump the brakes, but it is what it is. So let's
full speed with Justin Herbert, folks.
Tampa Bay 45, Las Vegas 20.
Tampa Bay's legit, and Tom Brady ain't no system QB.
Could you imagine if the Patriots had a quarterback?
Tom Brady was never going to work again in New England.
Could you imagine if the Pats had a quarterback?
Why did you just ignore that?
Okay.
Could you imagine if the Pats had a quarterback?
Tom Brady
it was done.
Tom Brady and
time
Tampa.
to move on.
Tampa had everything that Tom Brady needed.
Yes, a team.
It was time for Brady to move on.
It wasn't time for Brady to move on.
It definitely
If the
was
Patriots did you see them at the end of last year? They couldn't do anything on offense. It's the same as it is now. It was just everyone thought it was good because it was Brady. Everyone's like, "Oh, Brady can do it."
We started 8-0 last year.
The offense sucks on New England. The defense doesn't want to play.
Pat started 8-0 last year and ended 5-8. Like, I don't want to hear it. It was like 5-7, but I don't want to hear it.
Anyways, I started the beginning of the year where I was like, "Oh, I want Brady to win. I want Gronk to win. If it's not the Patriots, I want it to be Tommy."
Right?
Now I'm like, that damn guy is gonna go there and
405
compete.
touchdowns.
And then he has the audacity to bring in Antonio Brown right in my eye and be like, "Oh, well, Bill didn't want him. Well, guess what? They let me have him here."
Did you see? So Bruce Arians did an interview where they asked him like whose idea was it.
Yeah, and he lied.
No,
Yeah.
he was saying like.
You guys talk about this. I'll be right back. Let's take a little pee break.
What a professional.
What a clown. And so Arians talked to Arians was saying that how Tom really had like nothing to do with it, and it was like, I mean, it's my whole idea. Like the coach and staff got together. He was basically taking whole credit for Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Which is unreal.
It's so clear as day that was a Tom Brady initiative. There were reports like from when Tom Brady signed that he sat down and was like, "Okay, I'll sign," and then you're gonna bring in Antonio Brown.
And they're like,
and Bruce Arians was like, "No, I hate that guy from the Pittsburgh days." And now Arians is like, "Well, it wasn't Tom.
Everyone gets a second chance. Like I'm all for second chances." I'm like, dude, this is like his ninth, but sure, okay.
Do you know how demoralizing that game was last week? Like you're watching the Pats, right?
33-6.
Cam Newton throws a pick, right? Then you flip the red zone, and there's Tom Brady.
Freaking
TV
touchdown
like, seriously.
from Scotty Miller.
Dude,
Who are you?
unbelievable. Oh, the host is back.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
It's tough going live, man. It is.
We almost locked the door.
It is what it is, man.
I am a true professional, and my bladder is huge.
It is what it is.
Just throwing that out there.
All right, let's move on. Kansas City 43, Denver 16.
No surprises there.
No. Drew Lock looked bad.
Well, it's snowing.
But I mean, if you're in Denver, you gotta expect the snow.
But it was snowing. He's a Southern guy. He went to what, Mizzou?
Oh, you're right.
That's probably his first time playing in snow.
Nah, I bet at Mizzou they do a lot of snow.
I said playing in.
Oh yeah.
You're right though. I mean, Denver, the team that
We get it. Yes.
beat
The Patriots.
New
The
England
Patriots.
got
But,
got beat by the
Patriots
team
weren't
that,
able to practice.
right.
But then they did practice and they lost.
You know
by
who
30.
didn't practice and kicked the
That's-
shit out of the Buffalo Bills?
The
An
Jets.
NFL team, Tennessee.
But
The Patriots.
They had 2 weeks to rest.
They literally did practice because that's why like the NFL was about to hammer them down.
They
Sure.
practiced twice.
I just think I don't know. It's like I watched the Chiefs and Ravens play, and I don't see them being as dominant as they have been the last 2 years. Does anyone else get that feeling that when you watch them, you're like, I don't think they can win the Super Bowl?
They
What,
don't.
the Chiefs?
They're not
And the
rolling.
Ravens.
No,
The Ravens definitely.
I
know.
fully buy in. I mean, Pat Mahomes is the real deal.
The thing with the
Like
Chiefs,
I don't
though,
think Pat Mahomes is like. I've kind of seen where they kind of compare it to like Roethlisberger, where he wins early and then he just like doesn't do much. I think Mahomes is like legit. He might be the best quarterback.
Did the Chiefs beat the Steelers?
Yeah,
No.
because I don't. Yes, because I don't think Big Ben's offense can keep
No.
up.
I
with
think the Steelers
Kansas
defense
City.
is so legit though.
I think losing what was it? Not Ike Taylor.
the Devin Bush. The
Devin
Devin
Bush
Bush
is
injury
huge.
is huge.
But
And you
I still
kinda
think
saw
they
it a
have
little bit.
their pass rush is still insane. Minka has totally changed that
I
defense.
think you can
Yeah.
throw the long ball though on the Steelers, and if you give Pat Mahomes enough time
But you can't
and
do that
Tyreek
against
Hill
the Steelers.
enough time, but with Pat Mahomes enough time's like 3 seconds. Like
I
Pat
don't know.
Mahomes makes plays that I think it's
That's a good
probably
game, though.
probably
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be Chiefs Steelers.
Okay.
I don't think Baltimore can compete unless they did something in this bye week, which they did add some defense, but the offense starts clicking, then I'd get a little nervous. But at the same time, we saw what happened when they went up against Tennessee last year in the playoffs. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean Pittsburgh's got a legit challenge this week. I mean
Yeah.
they got the Ravens this week, so
Well,
that's
they had
gonna
them last week too. Against the Titans.
yeah. I see.
Titans are a good team.
Titans
They're
are
good,
definitely
but
The
a good
Titans
team.
again are another team that I think could put the Ravens or the Chiefs on the ropes in the playoffs.
Not
Which
not
they
the
did.
Chiefs.
Dude, they
Not
were
the
the
Chiefs.
AFC
I mean,
championship.
they literally had
I
the
know,
Chiefs
but
on
I'm
the
saying
ropes
like they
for a
could
little
easily
bit.
do that again. I don't think the Chiefs have gotten better in any part of their game, but I think other
The
teams
one thing
have.
with the Chiefs right now is it looks like they're playing at half speed. Like
I don't think they need. It's almost like the Patriots of 3-4 years ago, where it's like come week 9, 10, they're only 4-2, 5-2, but it's like they're going to bring it on in the second half of the season.
yeah, like Tyreek Hill hasn't
Just the
done
bad
anything
vibes
to.
from that defense.
Tyreek Hill hasn't
That
impressed me
defense
this year.
is very susceptible for
Mahomes is
long plays,
Mahomes,
too.
but he hasn't done anything outstandishly. Like, holy crap, that's the best quarterback in the league.
Mhm.
Like, people have been talking about MVPs, and it's Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen. No, it's
Pat Mahomes.
Mahomes really isn't there. I mean, it might be because Mahomes is
Well,
that good that he's just.
They could easily have
Expected
Does
to be that
Mahomes
good?
have the Brady effect, or the LeBron effect?
I think it's more
Not
like the
coronavirus,
LeBron.
but-
It's like he's so good, people expect him to do that.
right, and so like LeBron gets 29, 10, and 10, but it's LeBron, so he's not the MVP. But legit, he is.
They could
the
easily
best
have
player
3
in the league.
losses right now. I guess is my point. Is like they got away with a couple of wins, like that Chargers game.
Mhm.
And it's like okay,
'cause of Pat
like okay,
Mahomes,
so
though.
they technically beat the Chargers after they should have lost that game. If they're playing a team that's even remotely competent on defense, they lose that. They lose that game.
Yeah.
So we could easily be sitting here talking about the Chiefs being 4-3, but instead, like they win a couple games they shouldn't have, and now it's like, well, the Chiefs are still the best team, and I just don't see it.
I agree. I mean, it's like I can't say there's a team better than Kansas City. I think
No.
Pittsburgh would win head to head.
That's my
But
problem.
I don't think Pittsburgh's a better team than Kansas City.
I
Like,
can't-
I can't confidently say Pittsburgh's better than the Chiefs.
So I think when it comes down to it in a playoff game, Kansas City's winning that matchup.
That's my problem. Is I can't point to a team and say they would beat the Chiefs right now, but I can't point to the Chiefs and be like they could easily beat everyone else because I don't think they can.
Yeah. So I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting.
Is that Sunday night?
What Sunday night?
Is that
Ravens, Steelers. I don't know if it's
Ravens,
Sunday night.
Steelers,
Shouldn't
1
be.
o'clock.
That's
1 o'clock game.
classic
Missed
Goodell.
opportunity.
Oh
Sunday night,
man!
Philly, Dallas.
Oh my God!
And Monday
They should
is,
make them play on Tuesday.
Flex it,
Yeah.
Monday is Bucks, Giants.
Milwaukee.
Who?
Giannis.
Giannis against who? God damn it!
49ers 33. Patriots
Gross.
6.
Gross. I'd like.
6.
Look, that,
Disgusting. Let Fran have his moment.
Hold on. Pats score 6. How many championships did the Pat have
6 banners.
It all comes together, man. This team hasn't scored a touchdown in 2 weeks.
That's
Yeah,
tough.
that is true.
Against the
I didn't realize
49ers, have 14 players on freaking IR.
They have good
And
defense.
the
They still have a good
the
defense.
Broncos, who just allowed 43.
that. Broncos have always given the Patriots problems, and the 49ers have a good defense.
That's
What
a lot of
is it?
excuses right
There
there.
we go. That was easy.
No
was
touchdowns. Dude,
For all the Patriots fans at home, you're welcome.
Dude,
That's, you can use that one moving
No
forward.
excuses, straight facts.
Cam Newton.
No, the Patriots suck.
What do you do after this week if Cam Newton throws up another dud?
I mean, at some point, if the Patriots get bad enough, I expect them to
Are
just
you
sit
guys-
Cam Newton and find out. Like, even if, like, I don't think
Put it
Stidham
away.
is the answer.
Are you ready?
But at least find out.
Are you ready
Bro.
for the Patriots to possibly be third in the AFC East? Like
They are third.
No, but I mean
Oh,
finish the
finish?
season.
Look,
Are
I
you
went,
mentally
I
ready
went
for that?
into the season optimistic because you think, oh, it's the Patriots. Oh, they have this great defense. They bring in Cam Newton. They'll figure it out. But at some point, and it's been a long time since Patriots fans in this area have had to be real fans
Patriots. I remember those days.
and be like, look, it's been like maybe 2006 was the only team in the last 20 years where you could be like, that team sucks.
That was the year Brady got hurt.
No.
No.
Oh, they were
That was
10-6
08.
that year.
No, that was 09.
Yeah, but they didn't have any weapons. He was throwing.
Was that the
their
year-
number one receiver was
Was that the
like
year the
Caldwell.
Jets
Yeah.
won
Yeah, but
the?
they still went 10-6.
Did the Jets win it
But
that
that was
year?
but that was
AFC?
because of Brady. You look
Jets
at that
won
team
the
and you're like,
AFC
this
East
team's
that
not
year?
good. Like they
Was that
will
the year with
never
Matt
win
Castle?
with
That
this
was
team.
09.
Yeah.
So the Patriots suck. Like we just have to accept.
I
that.
remember being here last week and you saying, "In Bill we trust." Oh, the Broncos game didn't mean anything. It's
Bounce
our,
back.
It's
Bounce
our week
back
this
week.
week. It's
Bounce
our
back
week this week. They're playing who this week?
Buffalo.
But here's
A
I
Buffalo team that wants to get back to where they should be
in Buffalo.
in
I-
Buffalo.
I-
There could be dildos on the field.
you still have to believe in Bill because of what he's done in the past. But now you realize how many holes Tom Brady was plugging like on that offense.
They don't have the safety blanket.
And Patriots fans, it's okay to say that. It's okay to say the team sucks. It's okay to say Tom Brady was massive to the whole thing. Again, at the end of the day, no one can hold it against Patriots fans because Tom Brady's the GOAT and they were the greatest dynasty of all time. But it's okay to
Bulls.
acknowledge that that time is over. And it's over. Like, they're not going to have that back anytime soon.
Minnesota Lakers. I mean, dynasties.
It is what it is. So, like, now we're going to move forward. It's like, okay, if they beat the Bills this week, which I don't think they will, and then you beat the Jets, and you get back to 500,
What do you
okay,
do
you still have a puncher's chance.
if they lose to the Jets?
Then,
They
like,
won't.
you're done.
They
Like,
won't.
I know,
They
but like
won't.
what? Like,
like I think if, like,
when's the last time they lost to the Jets?
it's been a while. It's been a minute. Jets give them close games sometimes, but
Eh,
it's just going
those-
to come to a point in the season where you're going to have to realize, like, if it gets to that you're not going to make the playoffs, you sit Cam Newton, just play Stidham, see if he's anything.
How
and,
many?
like, actually start to
I
rebuild
think Jared
the team.
Stidham has thrown the ball professionally 27 times, and 4 of those are picks.
How many times do you have?
24 times?
How many times do you have to
27,
see
4 picks,
Stidham in a regular season game
Again.
throw an interception?
I understand. Stidham,
This guy hasn't played a game without
Stidham
throwing a pick.
may not be good. He may not be the future, but like if we're just gonna lose games, we might as well find out.
You know
Like,
what's
what are we learning by keeping
The-
Cam
the
Newton
craziest-
there
I
and
think
going
people
6 and
avoid
10?
it over Stidham.
the craziest
Well, that's a
part?
waste because again, you're not learning anything about like your guy. Like you're just never gonna find out.
I mean, at that point where they're throwing the season away, you gotta play
Where's
Stidham.
Jake Fromm at right now?
Buffalo.
That's where.
Oh, they're rival.
Flip the script though real quick. If the Pats win this weekend,
No, this is
what does that mean
right.
for Buffalo?
Right before you say anything, if the Pats win this week,
they have it.
they're beating the Jets. So the Pats go to 4-4.
This is the
And
week for the
the
Patriots.
thing,
Yeah,
the,
it is.
it is, but it's not. The thing that happens in New England is the Pats will beat Buffalo, who everyone thinks is the division champion right now, and they'll beat the Jets, who everyone beats right now.
And then
So the
everyone
Pats
will
are
beat-
sitting here at 4-4 in 2 weeks, and everyone in New England thinks they're the frickin' Super Bowl champion.
I won't.
If we
but-
beat the Bills and we beat the Jets and we're 4-4, we're 3-0 in a division now.
That doesn't.
But like you're not gonna actually win anything.
Right.
Like I don't
But-
care about winning the
But
division.
I'm
to be
telling
honest
you,
with
you know
I mean-
how like diehard Patriot
I
fans
know.
are.
I know how Patriots
they win,
fans are. This is the thing-
especially, dude. If they beat Buffalo this week, they're a freaking division champion, and Buffalo isn't true.
Well, this is the thing I was saying is Patriots fans haven't had to look in the mirror and be like, what is this team in a long time?
Yeah.
So of course you're gonna have that. You're gonna have every Patriots fan be like, oh, we're not dead yet. Everyone can bury
Mm-hmm.
us, blah blah blah. No, Patriots are not a good football team.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we either accept that and want the young guys to get in and see if we have anything in those guys, or we just keep in denial, keep playing Cam Newton, sit him and put in Hoyer, and we just keep convincing ourselves that we can make a run when we just can't.
Yeah.
So
That's what me and Dave went over last week. Is you look at the position groups of the Pats and the team they're playing against.
they get outnumbered.
They're like this week. Quarterbacks. Are you taking Josh Allen or Cam Newton?
Definitely Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Running backs.
Toss up either way. I would
Toss
say
up.
neither
Offensive
one
line.
That's a toss up as well. If the Pats are
I would
healthy-
lean the Patriots, but again, marginal. Receivers, they get blown out of the water.
Receivers, tight ends.
Yeah.
And it's
I
like
mean-
the only the only big name on Buffalo's Diggs, and then you have Cole Beasley. Like even Cole Beasley's better than the number one
John Brown, if he ever plays again
in New England. You
Guy's
know what
been
I
hurt
mean?
all year.
And
But-
Edelman looks like a decoy every week.
You look at the Pats' best position group, which is defensive backs, and I think the Bills have a better defensive back.
They're
Like,
playing better.
I think Poyer, Hyde, and
Tre'Davious White.
White are better than Gilmore and the two safeties on New
Right
England.
now, yeah. No one on the Patriots is playing well right
I think Trey White might be better than Gilmore right now.
now. I can't disagree. I don't think Gilmore's looked great
So,
this year.
so we're going into this game, and Patriot fans are like, "Oh, we might win against Buffalo because we have Belichick." Like,
I just
Well,
don't think...
I think anyone in the league would think that. If you have Belichick as your coach, I mean, you
I-
always have a chance to
I honestly
right?
don't think the Patriots have a chance.
I said it last
that might
week,
be a
it's-
little
they-
biased,
they
but
might get
it's the
crushed.
I think they might
stigma.
get
It's the
smoked.
stigma behind Bill Belichick, and coaching is huge in the NFL. But when you have no legit talent on your team, you can't coach it.
But which is also kind of his fault because he's GM.
Yeah.
Which is
So...
But is that
Look
the
at-
thing? Is that the thing, or are the Patriots bad, or are they just not playing to their potential?
I think
I think they're
bad.
is Bill Belichick?
I think that
Just
receiving
bad.
core is
Dude,
bad.
name their
I
top.
know the receiving core is bad, but I mean, think about it. Like the last 2 weeks, is Cam Newton really playing to his full potential? Like,
Yes,
there's no way
Cam
he's
Newton-
that-
Cam
there's
Newton
no way
is
he's
not
that
good.
bad.
He got injured.
I don't think he's
I mean,
that bad,
before-
but like Demir Bird has been okay. He's playing above his talent level.
Right.
He's also the number one receiver. Who's
Yeah, Nikhil Harry looks
Edelman,
like trash.
like,
Edelman
he's
looks
a
like
decoy.
trash. It's like they have no one to throw
Dude,
to.
you can't name the top 5 players on the Pats without naming an offensive lineman, or you can't name a running
They
back.
have no skill position. I don't
nobody
think the
on
Patriots
offense
are
is
good.
a top 5
Gunner.
player on the team,
It's not Bill's coaching; it's Bill's
He
ability
got
as a
smoked
GM.
on that return.
which turns into Bill's coaching because he can't coach up.
Well, yeah, they're
What was Bill's
obviously
record
they're lost.
before Tom Brady?
I don't think that's fair.
I had it, but I don't.
Because he built so many good teams.
Right,
Like
I
the
know, I
defenses
know.
that he built by bringing in
But
guys.
you know
were,
that
like, unbelievable.
the beat writers and the guys that want those grabs,
yeah,
come
they want-
2-3 weeks, it's gonna
it's
end up
gonna
being
be like, is
is
Bill
Belich-
Belichick the right guy for this
Eh,
job?
yeah, exactly, like,
Who
I
else
think he
would
was
you
Should
on.
hire?
Belichick
He was like
retire?
20. He was like
Better
20
than
and
anyone
17.
in the league.
well, yeah. I mean, Doug Peterson,
He's
So-
not going anywhere.
Frank Reich.
I
You
don't think
want
the
Frank Reich?
Patriots stand a chance moving forward, but I don't know. You win in Buffalo, you win in the Jets, like you said. Every Patriots fan is going to be like, let's do this thing.
But then that I
We're
don't.
not going to know until like week.
Do they
I'd
play-
say week like 10.
Do they
is when
play
we're
Baltimore
really
this
gonna
year?
know. I don't know. Maybe later in the
They
year.
do.
They,
Like they're not. They don't get to play Seattle twice a year.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Wish we could.
Yeah.
I don't
400
think they-
yards from Cam Newton.
I don't think they played Pittsburgh
Cam
this year.
Newton's an MVP. That
after
Sunday night.
after that Sunday, it was like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Wait a minute, and then it just.
It was- yeah. It
You know
was
what
the-
happened?
was
Week 1 and 2, Patriots fans high.
It was
Week
the-
1 and 2, Colts fans low. Now look where we're
no
at,
one-
baby.
They're
The-
not interlocked.
The last 2 weeks,
They will always be.
to hit on my
forever
Cam Newton
interlocked.
can't throw tape,
AFC
the last 2
specialist.
weeks, to the right side of the field, Cam Newton is 0 for 3. He's thrown
Yeah, I saw that.
3
He
passes
literally
to that
doesn't
way,
throw right. Yeah.
which is weird.
Didn't Trubisky have that problem? Where he couldn't throw left?
No,
I don't
that's
know.
John Lester throwing a first base.
All right. Move
All right, let's move on.
That was pretty good though.
Sunday night.
That one was pretty good.
Sunday night,
Game of the week.
huge game. This might have been the game of the year.
It
Cardinals 37, Seahawks 34.
If Seattle could play every Sunday night, I would love it because I feel like
Oh, they're awesome.
the past 5 Seattle Sunday night games have literally come down to the last play.
All their
every-
games
every-
are so close and so high scoring.
every game in Seattle is a one-score game.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
Seattle is fun as hell to watch, and I
Also
mean,
a massive win for Arizona.
well, yeah,
Huge. Well, because if they lose that game, I think what are they now? They're 5-2.
5-2 right now.
So much of a difference between 4 and 3.
What
and
is it,
5
the
and 2
NFC
in that
West?
division.
Mhm.
Tough
is unreal,
one. Loaded.
Yeah.
unreal, and everyone, most of those quarterbacks are going to stay with that franchise for a while. Russell Wilson says he wants to play till 45. So, I mean...
No one's ever said that before.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Mr. Unlimited. You got God behind you. You can do anything. And Sierra. Anyways, but...
Seahawks are 5-1.
Exactly. Those 4 quarterbacks in that division, they're going to be there for the next 10 years.
I don't know if Garoppolo will be, but...
Well, Jimmy G's going back to New England next year.
No, he's not.
Right? Come on,
I don't know if he is.
You want Jimmy G back?
Matt Ryan to San Fran, Jimmy G to New England.
Okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing, free agency speculation.
What is this, a 3-team deal in the NFL?
Anthony Davis to the
All
Dodgers.
right. No.
To the Dodgers?
Yeah.
They need a center fielder.
Well, yeah, Justin Turner.
Kyler Murray.
Hold on, now we're on to something. Russell Wilson plays for the New York Yankees.
He's part of their organization, yeah.
Maybe they could trade him.
For
To the
Kyler.
Dodgers.
Yeah, exactly.
For Justin Turner.
I said it. I said it when I was on here before. Kyler Murray just looks so good.
He looks like a baby running away.
He can't
from his
throw the ball.
parents. Well, he can.
but he can, so that's weird.
He's not good at throwing the ball.
Oh, well, he is. He's
every,
definitely...
Every time Fran says this, he has like a 70-yard touchdown.
He has
pass,
7
like,
interceptions
just
in
a bomb.
7 games.
But he's definitely good at throwing the ball.
That's because he throws the ball like a million times.
13 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. That's less than 2-1. That's not good.
Better than Madden stats. So
But he also has 20 total touchdowns because he runs as well.
Yes, that's the huge part. But
he can definitely throw the ball.
He's
for
not
him.
a liability.
Kyler Murray passing the ball is not that great.
It's pretty good.
He's throwing 67%.
I mean,
He
D-Hop's...
out-dueled Russell Wilson on Sunday night.
Tyler, stop giving me completion percentage in the NFL. It's so
Just saying he
juiced
can't
right now.
pass. I'm just saying.
Kirk Cousins completes like 78% of his passes. Who gives a shit?
78% more than you would throw. So.
No, I can throw a 6-yard screen or a fucking 8-yard
Kyler
dump
Murray's
pass.
not throwing that.
Can you
He
picture
throws the ball
Fran
down
This
the
throwing
man
it
still
back
has
in
Bro.
not kicked a field goal.
Arizona fans bitch about Arizona not going deep.
I don't know why.
At
I don't know
all.
what they're looking at.
Bro, they've done it like 6 times this year.
That's not true, dude.
They
just
might have
threw
hit 4 of
They
them.
had 2 30-plus yard touchdowns on Sunday night.
Yeah.
It was an
Yes.
80-yard touchdown this year.
Andy
Fran,
Isabella, Christian Kirk,
I
those guys
honestly
just
wonder,
fly on the field.
do you watch the game sometimes?
Yes, I do. But
I feel like you don't.
I feel like you watch Red Zone.
I watched Red
Cardinals-
Zone, but I watched that game.
I feel like the Cardinals are always pushing the ball down the field. Maybe
100%.
even too much sometimes.
Last
I
week
don't
it was
think
like
so.
a 70-yard touchdown to D-Hop. And then
There was a
this
36-yard touchdown to D-Hop.
Against the Jets, they had like 2 passes to DeAndre Hopkins that were over
Yes,
40
that's what
yards.
it was like a 40-yarder
One
and
was
then
a
a 30-yarder.
touchdown. Like they
I-
throw
dude,
the
I'm-
ball
to back.
deep.
I'm just saying what Arizona fans say. I'm not.
The mouthpiece of Arizona.
God,
Fran
thank
Baldino. That's what everyone's been waiting for.
You're telling me though, if Arizona's down 14, down 10 in the fourth quarter, you trust Kyler Murray passing the ball?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
he
you
can run too.
like,
I said passing the ball.
But
Cam Newton
part of
runs
his game
too.
is running. You can't just be like, oh, Lamar Jackson, like he can't throw.
He can't.
I think
Lamar
But he
Jackson's
can
not
also
playing
run
good this year
for
because he
100
can't
yards
throw.
a game.
Look
So,
at Lamar
like, that
Jackson
matters.
this year.
I understand what you're saying. Like as a quarterback, obviously it's important that you
But,
throw
like,
the football.
if he
But
can
when you
run
can
that
run-
well,
exactly,
you don't need him to throw like
you don't
Matt
need
Stafford.
him. Exactly.
Like Matt
Right.
Stafford can't run like Kyler Murray.
Like
Look
he
at the
doesn't have
Lions.
to do that. So
Look
why
at the
would he?
Lions compared to
I'm just saying, Kyler can't throw.
you are this guy right here.
He
Folks.
can throw. He can throw. Kyler can throw.
Okay.
He's not good at throw. He's better than Cam Newton at it.
For any
but
spin zone at its
Cam
finest.
Newton cannot throw. Kyler Murray can. Kyler Murray's not great.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever you say.
Rams
Sure.
24. Bears 10.
Bears suck. Nick Foles limping.
I
like,
don't
limp
understand. What are you gaining from Nick Foles that you didn't already have in Mitch Trubisky?
Exactly.
Have you seen anything from Nick Foles that says, man, that's the guy. That's the guy we should be rolling with?
I mean,
They average like 14 points a game.
you ever see his hog?
I don't care about his hog. I care about his ability to throw the football and move the football.
And it's not great.
It's like
The Rams defense, I think, is starting to come to life.
They might
Yeah.
be good.
I think they are good. It's as far as Jared Goff takes them.
What's the most points the Bears have scored in a game this year?
Maybe-
Not counting the
I'll check.
Falcons.
Maybe
Not
I
counting that
think
Falcons
19 against the Tampa Bay Bucks.
They scored 27 against the Lions, 30 against the Falcons. Outside of that, they scored 17, 19, 20, 23, and 10.
Nothing.
So they're averaging somewhere around 15, 16 points a game.
Did you see that
Like,
clip?
Is this the 80s?
Did you hear what I forget who it was, whoever was commentating. Was it Herb Street on Monday?
No.
Definitely
Thank
not.
God.
Monday?
I wish it
The
was.
ESPN crew.
Oh, well, they were saying how they were talking to Nick Foles, and they basically like misquoted him, I guess. But Matt Nagy will call out plays to him, and he just is like, "Yeah, I know we can't get this here." and he just runs it anyways.
They were talking about the other night. They called a play. I think it was like a big fourth down at some point in that game, and they called the play and they showed Mitch Trubisky, who obviously has a headset on, and the play got called in. Trubisky just started shaking.
Yeah,
like knowing they weren't going to get it, and they didn't get it.
Matt
So
Nagy,
what's that on? Is that on the quarterbacks
That's on Nagy.
or is that on?
No, that is on Nagy is not a play caller. He's
a great play. He used to be a great play caller.
I don't know what their issue is, but no matter who they have at quarterback, they don't seem to be able to do it. Nick Foles isn't the guy.
They're the most overrated 5-2 team.
And like now,
I don't think so.
You're done.
100%.
Did you see the stat that like of 5-2 teams with like their point differentials in the NFC?
It is disgusting.
Like one team has like a plus 80. Everyone else is like at least in the 30s. The Bears have a -3 point differential and they're 5-2.
Yeah.
I mean, the Seahawks play close games too. So.
What? Yeah, but the Bears wins are ugly and their losses are even uglier.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game here against the Rams, who are a contender, exposed them, but I don't think it exposed them nearly as much as people think.
I think division's not easy.
No,
Chicago
that division
defense
is not easy.
Chicago defense is definitely legit.
Well, it always is.
But until that offense does anything, I don't think. I mean, with a million teams getting in the playoffs this year, they'll get in. But what are they gonna do?
Nothing. That offense is inept.
And especially.
I think if they had a running game, they
at
would,
some point.
But it feels like they don't even try and run.
If Nick
Foles throws the ball 35 times for like 150 yards.
Right.
I mean, I don't understand
he looks
that
like
either.
What
Josh
did he do the other
Rosen
night?
stat
Let me
line.
take a look at what his stat line was. He was 28 of 40.
Yeah.
40 times he threw. They scored 10 points. He had 260 yards and 2 picks. They ran the ball with David Montgomery 14 times.
What did Montgomery average?
It was 14 carries for 48 yards.
So what did he average?
Do the math there, Fran. 2 point.
It's like 2.8.
Yeah.
When you're averaging 2.8
Romano,
per
what's
carry,
the math there in the chat?
But you also, they gave up on it. The only time that they picked up good yards was in the fourth quarter when the defense was just sitting back.
the one thing I don't
because they
get.
just gave up on the run.
So you have Allen Robinson.
They do, yeah.
In Chicago.
Concussion protocol.
He's in the concussion protocol now, but he wasn't on Sunday until
did.
late in the game.
He did leave the game, yeah.
The thing is,
That's a little
Allen
fishy
Robinson.
collusion.
Allen Robinson was not blanketed by Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey didn't shadow him. So when you have Allen Robinson lining out to the right to, I don't even know what cornerback it is, but not Jalen Ramsey, why are you not looking his way?
Well, I mean, they did.
They didn't. He got
I guess
4
he only had
targets.
4 catches.
He got 4 targets in the game.
I don't know.
Jalen Ramsey did not shadow him.
Nick Foles is bad.
There were plays
No.
where there were
Yes, he
plays.
Super Bowl MVP?
He sucks. Nick
Super
Foles
Bowl
sucks.
MVP.
There were plays though where Foles is snapping it with Robinson on the right side of the field and he's looking straight left. Doesn't even take a check at Robinson at all.
I don't know. All the Bears fans are like, we could have had Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, you could have Deshaun Watson. You could have.
They would have ruined him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they just don't know how to handle quarterbacks.
The Bears suck.
All right.
The chat says 3.4.
Was that Romano?
Yes.
Hey, you run the ball 4 times, it's a first down
No,
every
it's
time.
Nozick.
Come on. All right. Thank you, Nozick.
Alrighty, let's jump to our recap real quick. Just jump through it. 69ers 133, Chubby Chasers 102.
Oh, there you go. Back on the winning side.
Much needed.
Big
Why?
one.
Why you? What train?
That's him
I mean,
stopping the lose
yeah,
train right
yeah.
there.
Finally.
Alrighty,
The
Nation of
winning train is
Domination.
about to depart.
Wait.
Dave,
Yep.
131. Nuck if you buck, 113.
5-2.
Big win for you.
Wait, who's 5-2?
You.
You.
What are you?
That's not what
What are
we're
you?
talking about.
No,
We're talking
Don't
about
go
What are
over
you?
here.
Nah, you're my guy.
Alrighty.
My guy.
Different divisions.
Scorpio 110. It Hearns when I pee.
Say it.
Say it.
Should we just skip?
Just say
Just
it.
skip it.
Just
No,
say
just
it.
skip
I
it.
Yeah,
want to hear it.
What
I
is
wanna
it?
hear it.
What is it?
It's funny.
He lost. We'll just say that.
By law.
How many points?
He didn't cover the spread.
Discount.
I
Discount.
think it was 39.
37.
Oh my God!
37.7.
Looking like Danucci's out there.
Danucci.
Buy one get one lasagna Tuesday night down at Danucci's.
Discount Belichick 99. Pour one out for my homies 88.
Yeah, I mean Pittman called it
I
last
was
time he
so
was
right
here.
about Brian's team.
Brian's team is fake good,
I was so right.
and it's a
Can't wait to pass him on the leaderboard.
Morningwood 169. SJ Knights 138.
Morningwood once again has dominated this league and continues to dominate
And
everything.
no one wants to talk about him.
All right.
I mean, you get.
And we're not going to talk about him now.
That's insane.
So Rated X,
Oh,
Fitman,
wow.
big win for you.
Needed it.
110, Armageddon, 65.
What are you, 3-3 now?
3 and 4. Still a lot of holes to plug. Did trade for my guy. Take 2 gloves.
You might want to talk to Morning Wood about filling those holes. Might help you out.
No. We're not doing that.
You leave those to me, Frank. Come on, man.
It was good, but that's not your role.
Suck my fits. Suck my
Stay in
fits.
your lane.
113, Sleeper City 98. So, Mills,
Yeah,
second win.
Yeah. He's mad that he's going to have the number 1 pick next year.
Mills got his wins, and now he's going against me.
Why would you want the number 1 pick in a fantasy league? It's snakes.
No. It's So if you have the first pick in the first round, you actually get the first pick in the second round, right? That's
No.
that's how drafts work.
No, fantasy football
That's
snakes.
not even how life works.
Well, it doesn't real leagues like the NFL, but that's for competitive balance.
No, but
fantasy doesn't work that way.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
Patriots got
You think the Patriots snake back? They get the first pick in the second round every year.
Hey, I'm new to these things.
I can't
What
believe you
can I
thought
say?
the NFL snake.
Mills, look at this.
Yeah.
I thought the NBA snakes, right?
No, dude.
Nothing snakes.
No, that's
Why
the
the
point.
hell?
That's why the worst teams in the league in real leagues, they get the first pick in every round because they stink out loud.
So you're telling me that the Jets will have the first pick this year,
And the first pick in the second round.
so they'll also have the 30.
They'll have the first pick of every round as long as they have their picks.
It's a little cheating.
That's because they stink.
Huh.
Alrighty.
I'm kind of on Mills' side.
Anyways, no, you're not.
Sweaty punt, 134. Tank complete, 89. I don't think the tank is complete yet.
I'm about to smoke sweaty punt this week.
Yeah.
We'll
Put
see.
him on notice.
I would love to see it.
I think he blew his team up without even knowing. So
Yeah, he trade.
I'm smoking Bryce this week. So.
Stop it.
That's my pick to win the championship.
Bryce is definitely gonna win this week.
Speaking of Bryce, he beat me 140 to 121.
Let's go over that.
No,
What is it? Score?
let's go to break, guys. We'll be
Fran
back.
is not 500 or in playoffs yet, folks.
He stinks.
We'll keep you updated after
be
the
back.
break.
We'll be back.
Ooh. Today's episode is sponsored by FatAssGlass.com, a top-ranked online smoke shop for all your smoking and vaporizing needs. Free 2 to 3 day shipping on orders $25 and up with interest-free payment plans available. Use code POWERHOUR for 10% off all purchases. Welcome back to part 2.
Welcome back to 508 Power Hour. I'm your host, Fran. Here's my co-host, Dave, and Austin.
I'm not a co-host. I'm a guest.
So,
Idiot.
I'm gonna
another
give
piss.
you guys the top 12. I'm gonna read the top 12.
Okay.
All three of us are gonna pick one player to drop out of the top 12 at their position,
Love it.
and one player to jump into the top 12
Give
in
me it, Franny.
their position. You want to start with quarterbacks or tight ends?
Oh, I love the tight ends. You know me.
Alrighty, top 12 tight ends. We got Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Andrews, Johnny
Hold on.
Smith.
Can I pause there?
Yep.
First two?
Kelsey, Kittle.
Okay. I have Kelsey. You
Johnny
have Kittle.
Smith, T.J.
I have
Hawkinson,
Waller.
Oh, wow,
Rob
Kittle is
Tonyan.
sick.
I have Kittle.
No one cares.
Rob Tonyan, Jimmy Graham, Hayden Hurst, Dalton Schultz, Tyler Higbee, and, shockingly, Rob Gronkowski.
All right. So I'm going to throw
Who's falling out first? Is that what we're doing?
Who's falling out?
Higbee.
Higbee?
Schultz.
All right.
He stinks. so.
Higbee didn't play last week. Has a lingering injury, and Gerald Everett steps up. I think Gerald Everett can be that guy there too. So I don't think they're gonna take Everett out of his system, right? You know what I mean? Get him out of his role that he's in. So I think they're gonna keep him there.
Alrighty.
Dalton Schultz, I think probably just isn't good.
Yeah. And they don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, and no one can get him the football. So, see you later.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Jimmy Graham out.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Definitely just said the Bears were good.
he's extremely touchdown dependent. I don't really think Graham is talented anymore.
He's
I
had
think
5 or more targets each of the last 5 weeks.
yes, but it's
More than Allen Robinson last game.
Allen Robinson was hurt.
Oh, right. At the end of the game.
Who's jumping in, Dave?
My guy Logan Thomas. After the bye week, I think he's going to pick up production. He had, 2 touchdowns in the past 3 weeks before coming out. And I think with Kyle Allen sitting in there getting a little more comfortable to that offense, I think he's going to look for Logan Thomas in the red zone a little bit more.
Yep.
Hunter Henry.
Nice. I love it.
I no one would have ever expected he'd be out of like the top 7. I don't think it's like a permanent thing that he doesn't get the points that he had in the past.
Is it because Herbert's only looking towards Keenan Allen and Mike Williams? And
I don't know.
Mike Williams only had 2 targets this week.
I think if you watch the Chargers games, they don't settle for like
The short
5,
pass.
10. No, they will air it out.
Well,
and-
it doesn't help now that you have a guy that can like kind of take off and run. Like,
Right.
What's the point of just dumping it down?
Yeah, exactly.
But
Guyton can go. I don't get how he breaks off for an 80-yarder every time.
I'm gonna go with Trey Burton.
Where's
you
he?
just did something to him.
Where's he
Matt.
play?
He plays in Indianapolis.
Ah, Franny, I like it.
So
I thought, well, they don't have anyone that can get him the ball either.
Phillip Rivers loves tight ends.
He can't throw.
He can hit the tight end. I like.
It's Patriots fans' realities. Colts fans, say it.
Life.
He can't throw. Say it.
He can't throw.
See?
Jack Doyle.
But he can throw. He had 300
Yeah.
yards against the Bengals before the bye week, down 21-0. You shut up. You shut up. You shut up.
The Bengals.
4-2. But Joe Burrow is sick. Remember, he's like way better than.
I'm talking about the Bengals' defense, not their offense.
Oh yeah.
Either way, Trey Burton. Indy likes him. He started the year on the IR, so he's not really jumping on anyone's radar yet.
I think he had
But-
that big game with the catching and rushing touchdown, but they have a 3-headed monster with tight ends in Indianapolis, and they will use them.
Mo Alley Cox can't stay healthy, and he's not really a football player. He's more of a basketball player still.
I mean,
Antonio Gates
believe he plays in
Antonio
the NFL.
Gates became a football player.
That-
Mo Alley Cox is
is in the process.
He's in
of
the
becoming a
process.
football player.
He's
He literally
in the-
plays for he plays for an NFL team. He catches touchdowns.
He
for an
started
NFL
as a
team.
cocoon or a
Whoa.
caterpillar.
Whoa!
He's in his cocoon.
Oh,
That
He is in his
was-
cocoon
all
right now.
Next
He's,
topic.
he is not a butterfly yet.
Trey Burton,
Throwing
sure.
back to first grade over here.
Yeah.
Trey Burton is the guy. He's jumping in the top 12. Quarterbacks. We got. This is our league, so it's a 6-point passing touchdown. So Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, Ryan Tannehill, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, Gardner Minshew, and Jared Goff. Dave, who's out?
Ooh, I get the easy one here, boys. Minshew. I don't.
That is an easy one.
That
I,
is-
I
it is.
have him.
Yeah, it's an easy one.
I
I-
think he's about to get benched, so.
Yeah, he's
He's
not
out.
gonna keep producing like he has, and I mean, top 12 is ridiculous.
Who's their backup again?
It's Mike Glennon and Jake Luton.
Jake
the
Luton.
Rookie out of Oregon
So who's
State.
getting to start?
It better be Jake Luton.
I mean, if you're going to do it, it might as well be Luton.
Mhm.
It's not the same as the Patriots. Like, if you're going to bench Minshew, why would you bring in a guy
You know
that
who?
you
You
who
guys
is?
are all sleeping on it too. You say Philip Rivers is bad, blah blah blah.
Jacoby
he's-
Brissett.
No, he's priming the next guy. You know who's on our roster?
No.
Brissett?
No,
Who?
Jacob Eason.
No. I have a hot take coming up later.
Easton.
Oh.
You don't know.
I got a Jacob Eason from Washington.
Washington.
He's good. Fimmin,
He's good.
who's dropping out of your
Better
top
than Jordan
12?
Love.
This is a tough one. The easy answer is Goff, but
I don't know. He's been.
I'm going to say
He looks
Ryan
really good.
Tannehill.
I like
That's a run dominant
Yeah,
team.
when they get late in the season, start to get cold, and no one wants to tackle Derrick Henry, that's when they start handing the ball off. So
Yep.
I don't know. Like I said, Goff's the
respect
easy answer, but I think Tannehill could fall
See,
a
I
little bit.
I like Goff in that top. I almost like him top 8 to finish. Hey, hot take. Hot
no,
take.
not yet.
I mean,
Oddish.
I
It's
think,
lukewarm.
before that trade deadline, they make a move in the offense to get someone. Maybe a little.
I think Watson drops out.
Whoa.
What?
There are trade rumors going around about Will Fuller. So you take Will Fuller off that team, and you have Randall Cobb and Brandon Cooks.
Fire. 2015, you
team-
tell me you wouldn't
yeah.
take that?
Yeah, maybe in
Better than
2012. It is better
That
than
is better than
Patriots.
that.
It really is.
That's gross.
I mean, let's
That is-
realistically, I'm not going to go with the easy one with Goff. I don't think Wentz falls out. I don't think Tannehill falls out. I'm going to go Watson. I mean, he's sitting at 6 right now, but if Will Fuller gets traded, I think Watson drops out. I mean, I don't think Watson will have the talent around him to stay in the top 12.
Okay.
I respect it.
Who's jumping in?
I'll let you take this one first.
Ooh, I was hoping you wouldn't.
I'll go first.
All right.
Tua.
I was gonna do it,
Come
but I don't
on,
think there's
you
enough.
can't actually believe
There's
that. You may
there's
even
not
have
enough time.
time.
That's what it is.
Tua.
If
not
he
gonna
had
be
10 weeks, maybe. he does not have enough time to get top.
I'm going
12.
to take Joe Burrow, and I'm going to say he gets top 8.
Hey,
Okay, I like
so
that.
I'm going to cut.
You
and jump.
do you want me to change my Tua pick?
No.
You
Okay.
made your pick. You
All right,
can't
this
Tua.
is
do that
Franny
based
spin
on our
zone,
reaction.
24/7.
Because then
Franny
you'd have
spin
two
zone.
You guys said he
Guys,
doesn't
yep.
have enough time. I think he does. I think 2 is in.
Okay, well then that's your pick.
Dave?
Don't say Phil Rivers, bro.
Philip Rivers. I'm telling you now.
Is this a joke?
No, you're
No,
a
it's
joke.
not a joke.
The
Hey.
bye
Phil
week
Rivers, I was gonna
happened,
say it.
and now Philip Rivers is going to start slinging the ball a little bit more. Ty is
Dude.
going to get a lot more targets
What
than
are
everyone
you
thinks.
talking
Trust me
about?
on this.
I do
Philip
not.
Rivers will be a top 12 quarterback.
Dave, I can't.
Didn't you give up on Ty like a few weeks ago?
Well, he just traded for him. So
Yeah,
now
but
he's-
then we were down 21-0 against Cincinnati. We came back. Everyone, you just all you need to do is get punched in the mouth once to feel it, and we got punched in the mouth, and now I feel it. Philip Rivers, I promise you,
I can tell.
top 12 quarterback in the. Didn't you Boy Scout?
What?
All right. Let's go to running backs. We got Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, James Robinson, Zeke, Kareem Hunt, Todd Gurley, Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones, Edwards Alaire, Chris Carson, James Conner, Mike Davis.
Can we just not? No one can say Mike Davis.
You want to skip Mike Davis?
Mike Davis
After
don't
Mike
count.
Davis, Ronald Jones.
All right, so I think
You just gonna say Ronald Jones.
no, it's going to be Fran's guy CEH. I don't think he's going to be able to keep up the production with splitting Le'Veon Bell. I mean, I don't think he's going to drop off the face of the earth. I think he'll stay top 20, but top 12 is going to be high, especially with McCaffrey coming back soon. And if
How
you
many carries this week does he get?
who CEH
Le'Veon.
Le'Veon
Probably 20.
probably. I mean,
Wouldn't you think they'd
they
probably
eased
give him
him
like
in
20
last
carries?
week, right? At least 25.
Dude, he had 6 last week.
But
Oh, but they're
eased
easing him in.
And now he's gonna get like 20 at least.
He will have 20 on tap. Like there's
I don't know.
There's no chance
That
On
feels,
tap.
on tap for Le'Veon Bell. 20
We'll keep that on tap, and we'll see if it's true.
Chiefs
Exactly.
on tap.
Chiefs
Le'Veon
on
Bell.
tap, Le'Veon Bell on tap. 20 rushes on tap for Le'Veon Bell. But for real, I think with CEH losing his touches to Le'Veon Bell and then Christian McCaffrey, I'm putting him in as a top 12. With
Okay.
I don't care.
just
Shut up. Tua doesn't have enough time, but Christian McCaffrey does.
Well-
Christian McCaffrey's points per game are retarded. And I don't know if I can say that. I don't
can't put that toothpaste back in the tube.
Censored.
alright.
That is what it is.
Bleep.
But no, for real.
His points are bleep.
Christian McCaffrey's matchup proof. Thank you, Romano. And he will, I mean,
That's been like the buzzword.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But I think Christian McCaffrey does enough for you Christian McCaffrey owners who kept on to him, didn't trade him yet. He's going to carry you to the ship.
I say that Todd Gurley's gonna fall out
Ooh.
personally because I think he's a scumbag and
Yep.
secondary.
Fair.
I just think if they just keep losing games, like there's just no reason
Why
for him
would
to run
you,
the ball.
especially with his degenerative knee.
Yeah, he could get hurt. That's always a factor.
And he's got how long's his deal?
Few
few years?
I don't know. He's just one, isn't it?
I think it's a 1-year deal.
I don't
Maybe
know,
2.
but honestly, the biggest thing for him is that he's a scumbag. So
He noted cat hater.
You might as well just tell me who's jumping in since Dave did it
all
already.
right. I think the running back that's gonna jump in is Antonio Gibson.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know. There's just something about him that I didn't expect. Like he runs hard,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that he's like starting to win that share over. Like
Definitely
he's a
won it
lot
last
less
week
than
against
McKissick.
Dallas.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think he's just like whenever you have a guy that's gonna touch the football that much.
Remember that time Peyton Barber had the basically lead job there after week 1?
Yeah, he had
2
like 8
touchdowns.
carries
I
for
forgot he was even
14 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Love it. It's Tiki Barber's son.
I'm going to take...
there. Yeah,
see,
it is, yeah.
I want to take out James Robinson, but he's not falling from 3 to
That's I
outside.
was gonna say he would have been my
Um,
pick, but
he
too
can't.
much time.
Yes,
yeah,
too much
he's
time.
not falling out
He's had too much time
that
in.
far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Been in
man.
too full.
I'm going to say Chris Carson.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go.
Um,
I thought you were gonna do the honorable thing and say Kareem Hunt.
I
because
thought he was
Chubb's
gonna
come
too,
back,
yeah.
but you were never gonna do that.
No,
No, 'cause
Kareem
he
Hunt
thinks-
is a top 10 back. He's staying there. Chris Carson's falling out.
Yeah, he's week to week at this point.
Yeah, the injuries are definitely hurting Carson big time.
Mhm.
Who do I have jumping in? See, I wanted to take DeAndre Swift here, but Swift has
I don't think.
like Fitman said, the keyword today is matchup. DeAndre Swift has a couple tough matchups coming up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change mine.
You can't do that.
Well,
Not only
a
did you
little
jump
bit,
the
a little
line-
bit of the putting in. I'm gonna add one in. Oh, you go. Go ahead.
All right, no, give an honorable mention.
Joe Mixon.
Okay.
He's not on that
Well,
list.
if he's gonna give an honorable mention, can I?
Yes.
Because I want to say Chase Edmonds.
All right.
Because I
You
think
just
he-
stole my-
Nice. Let's
Stole-
go.
You stole my.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think Chase Edmonds is
I'm
this
not-
year's.
That's why I wanted to wait for my honorable
Kenyon Drake.
mention.
I'm gonna give up my honorable mention. I'm gonna give my pick to Fran.
No, you.
No, I'm not gonna take it. You
Fran,
can have
say
Chase
it.
Edmonds out.
No, you took Edmonds. I'm gonna switch it.
Sounds like Fran.
Okay, switch it.
All
All right,
Fran's a good guy here.
What's your take on Edmonds?
I just think that when he's been in, he's looked better. He's picked up chunks.
Mm-hmm.
He can pass.
He,
catch
like
the
Kenyon
ball,
Drake
too.
just looks like meh.
Yeah.
Like he looked like he did in Miami.
Mhm.
I think that magic dust has kind of disappeared for him. So
A lot of magic dust in Miami.
looks like Edmonds gonna have a few weeks to win the job. So we'll see what he does.
I agree. Fuck, I just forgot who I was. Oh, I'm taking Jonathan Taylor.
Ugh.
Oh.
Well, according to Dave, Rivers is gonna be throwing
I
the ball.
don't. I
over
don't
the
like
yard.
that exactly. I don't like that. Phil Rivers is going to be
Kinda
throwing
going
forward.
toe on that
Jonathan
Yeah.
Taylor, his bye week is up. He has Baltimore next
What
week,
is
which
Phil
is
Rivers
tough.
rank?
He has Baltimore in week 9.
Exactly when Phil Rivers unleashes for 455 yards.
He
and 17
ends
touchdowns.
he ends the year with Tennessee, Houston, Vegas, Houston. Huge matchups for him. I'm
Houston
saying
always plays. No matter Houston could be 0-16. Houston is going to play Indianapolis.
but their
close.
run defense isn't going to be there
They're
this year.
still
They're going
gonna
to stop
play
Phillip
close.
Rivers.
I guarantee you they'll play
Run
close.
game comes in. Jonathan Taylor hasn't had that breakout game like everyone expected him to, where it's like, wow, Jonathan Taylor's a star. He's going to do that soon.
I really wish Marlon Mack didn't get hurt. 'cause
Me
he-
either.
I
'cause
really
I
wish
like
I
was
had
the
spent all
stud.
my fab on.
He
Naheem
minds. And
Hines.
he dropped him
He's-
this week. I seen.
Did I?
You dropped him.
I didn't even realize I did it.
Alrighty.
Wow.
Let's go over to wide receivers. So we got Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, Hopkins, Thielen, Diggs, Amari Cooper, Tyreek Hill, Will Fuller, Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, Robbie Anderson, and Tyler Boyd.
Tell me Justin Jefferson's not on that list.
He's not.
That's crazy.
Raise your hand if you have 2 top 5 receivers on your team. Nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh.
Just
But-
me. It's just me. There's
Wait,
2 top 5
Raise your hand
receivers.
if you're 5-2.
I don't like that game.
Just
as much.
me?
You
Oh.
didn't say 2 and 5.
Just me? Oh.
3 and 4. All
Same.
right, Dave, I'm going to start this one.
Okay. Go ahead.
Will Fuller drops out.
Really?
Yep.
Even if he gets traded to the Packers?
Yep. Especially if he gets
I
traded. to
knew.
the
I
Packers.
knew he was gonna
He's
say
gonna
something
have a hot
stupid
take.
like that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Especially if he gets traded to the Packers, where the quarterback situation is 100 times better.
But he will be the number 2 if he goes to Green Bay.
Did you see what Lazard did for 3 games? when
He will
was
have
number
to
2?
learn a new system in Green Bay. I get it. Wide
Run,
receivers don't
run
really have
far, catch ball. How new is that?
That's all he's done.
Aaron.
That's literally all he's ever done.
I'm just saying, I think Fuller drops out. Fuller, especially if he gets traded, I don't think he's going to keep it up in Houston. And if he gets traded to Green Bay or anywhere else, he's falling out of the top 12.
All right.
Okay.
a hot
I
take.
think Amari Cooper drops out.
I like
for
it.
obvious reasons, but also because even when he is good, it's just because he catches like 90 yards but doesn't really have big games. And it's going to be even tougher to have big games without Dak and Andy Dalton for a little bit. So I think he's going to fall out.
Dave, who's falling out?
I gotta go Tyler Boyd, not because production's
number
not going to
12.
be there, but because he's number 12, and I just think they're they're better wide receivers out there underneath him that I think are going to end up stepping it up, like Justin Jefferson, which I think will easily jump into the top 12. I mean,
Jefferson, he's sitting at wide receiver 15.
I mean,
So
yeah, I call it like I see it. Like,
Very
I mean,
doable.
what do you want me to do? But no, I think Justin Jefferson is the real deal, and he looks almost unguardable. Like, he is disgusting.
Is that your up? I missed that.
What?
Is that your guys going up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fimmin, I'm gonna
Unless
skip.
you want it.
I'm gonna skip you just so you don't take my guy,
Who's it going to be?
Deontay
Oh,
Johnson.
Don't worry, I wasn't going to take
Well,
him.
shocker.
Deontay Johnson
Where
is jumping
he? I
into the
can't
top.
even-
I think he's in a hospital right
He's
now.
I'm
at
looking.
he's at like 48,
I think he's literally in a
That sounds-
hospital.
and he is
bed.
jumping
Sounds
into the top 12.
Oh, yeah, here he is. Oh, no, wait, not there yet. Yeah, there he is. He's between Russell Gage and an injured Chris Godwin.
Sounds about right.
Found him down there, yep.
Deontay Johnson, when he plays a full game,
That's like saying
That's
when
like the highest
when
asterisk of
Edelman.
all time.
Oh yeah,
he wasn't hurt at all
No,
last year.
LeBron's
He got hurt this
championship.
year. He's now healthy. back to full health. Week
Is he?
2, Deontay Johnson played a full game. Deontay Johnson finished wide receiver 3. Week 7, Deontay Johnson played a full game.
Big gap.
Deontay Johnson filled wide receiver 3. So when Deontay Johnson plays from start to finish in a game, top 3, he will be a top 12 receiver at the end of the year.
Hold on,
I believe that is
Hold on.
called cherry picking.
Hold
He
on.
plays
That's
stats.
absolutely cherry picking.
You want to talk about matchups? He plays Baltimore twice in the next
good.
few weeks. He plays Dallas week 9, Cincinnati week 10, Jacksonville week 11, Washington week 13, Cincinnati week 15. That's 6 matchups.
Okay.
Deontay Johnson is skyrocketing.
I'm gonna go.
If he's
into the top
healthy.
12.
I'm gonna go toe to toe with you with another guy that's been injured but has started to play again. And this is gonna be, I think, this is gonna be a little mean for any face-off for the remainder of this year. AJ Brown is gonna
Yes.
finish way higher than Deontay Johnson.
I love
way
it.
higher.
I love it.
I'm talking like top 7 all fantasy.
Mhm.
Deontay may not even be top 20.
That's crazy.
It's not crazy at all.
No.
It's only crazy to you because you're blinded by whatever Deontay
Let's
Johnson
go
loves
back to
still.
quarterbacks. You have Tannehill dropping out because they're not going to be throwing the ball. But
Yeah.
you have Tannehill's receiver.
Because he's the
jumping
only
in.
receiver that's competent enough to keep it going the whole way.
I agree. I mean, I love A.J. Brown. I think A.J. Brown's very good.
If AJ Brown and Deontay Johnson run the same team, do you think Johnson's getting more reps?
Oh, let's
close.
get it, baby.
That's close. I mean,
Get him. Oh, Franny.
It's tough to put it
Spin
like
it.
that.
Spin it.
Well, I think you're just comparing like,
It's
well,
it's
what are
the-
these two guys?
It's the volume. The volume for Deontay Johnson is huge.
I think it's pretty big for AJ Brown too, and
Deontay-
he makes more of his opportunities.
Deontay Johnson 15 targets last week in a game they won against Tennessee.
Whatever. I'll go toe to toe.
15 targets is insane.
I'm gonna go toe to toe. AJ Brown, since he's been back, has 17, 20, and 24 points. I mean, how about that for stats?
Deontay Johnson's been wide receiver 3.
Twice.
2 out of 3 games he's
2 out of 8 weeks.
2 out of 7 weeks they had a bye. 6 games. Deontay Johnson's played 3 full.
I don't know. I didn't bring him.
They're 6-0.
I had to take a
Deontay
pee.
Johnson has been hurt in 3 of
Let
them.
me go take a piss real quick, folks.
You think Michael Thomas jumps in the top 12?
No.
He might not even.
I think
who knows what's gonna
I
happen.
think Emmanuel Sanders finishes better than Michael Thomas this year.
That's a hot take.
We'll write it down, put
we
it in
don't
your
even
little book.
know like when's Michael Thomas gonna play. Like they
Prob-
benched
I
him
don't
'cause he
think
was
he's
healthy.
playing this
You
week.
benched him when he was healthy, and
And
then
then
he
he got
got
a hammy?
hurt again. This is starting to get some AB vibes to it.
Deontay Johnson has played
Nice.
5 games this year.
I love this guy.
He's played start to finish
Start.
in 3.
Okay, well, 5 games started, 5 games played, 41 targets.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Brown, 4 games, 3 games started, 32 targets.
Yeah, the volume's
only
there.
9 less and 2 less starts.
You say games played and games started.
Okay, games
Deontay,
played. One less game played,
Deontay
9
Johnson
less
came out of 2 games in the first quarter.
Sounds like a bum that can't withstand a hit.
Healthy, yeah. Wolf
Hey,
Fuller 2.0.
A couple freak injuries, and now Deontay Johnson is back, ready to lead Pittsburgh to the AFC
Like I
Championship.
said, I can't wait to go toe to toe with you on that one. I don't even have AJ Brown, but I'm just ready to.
Straight for him.
I'd love to. Who owns him? Whoever's out there.
Moro.
Moro.
You're gonna make the.
I don't know if he watches, but give it to me.
He definitely doesn't.
They are
If you do
they
Moro-
are neck and neck, though. I mean, they both
Shout
have,
out.
You know, Deontay's got 24 catches.
Yeah, I agree.
AJ
That's
Brown's got 23.
That's why I picked AJ Brown because they're pretty similar right now,
Yeah.
and I think that they're gonna.
I
that
definitely
gap's gonna
think
open up.
Deontay Johnson will finish probably better than DK Metcalf, though. Because that's just reasonable.
He'll be neck and neck with DK. at the end of the
See,
year.
like, oh, it's like,
He baited you into it.
come on.
He'll be right there.
oh, look what I got. A big old Franny fish. Like, come on.
That's crazy town. You know that.
Deontay Johnson has 10 targets, 13 targets, 2 he got hurt, 1 he got hurt, 15 targets. 10
Best ability.
double-digit targets every game he
his
plays.
availability. But
Week after week,
he's not-
Deontay Johnson.
But like we talk about like
Deontay
AJ
Johnson.
Brown and DK Metcalf. These guys are big play players. We're talking about fantasy football. We're not talking about racking up targets or receptions. We're talking about big plays, touchdowns, and those two guys do it better than anyone else in the league right now.
That's funny because you say that week 2 and week 7, Deontay Johnson
Bro.
has finished ahead of both of them.
That is, you cannot cherry pick like that, Fran.
2 out of the 3 full
First of all,
games he's
Deontay-
played.
Out of
Deont-
7 games.
Deontay
2 out of
Johnson
6.
Deontay Johnson just outscored AJ Brown by like a half a point.
I believe outscore is outscore. Okay.
And I'm outscoring you, but you think your team's better than me. We get it. I'm 5-2. You're 3-4, 3-3, whatever.
Wide receiver 3 is better than wide receiver 4.
My
Deontay
fantasy
Johnson.
team is better than yours.
I'm telling you, keep sleeping on Deontay. This
Keep
kid's
sleeping
gonna
on my team.
We're 7 weeks in.
Keep
Dude.
sleeping. It'll be 4 years from now. You guys
Yeah.
are still sleeping on Deontay.
It will be at the end of the year, and
Fran,
you guys
I'm
say,
dead.
shit, he's actually pretty
Yeah,
good.
we playing special teams.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys are crazy.
yeah.
Crazy. All right, let's do our matchups because we skipped this last week, so let's jump on those real quick, and then we'll hit our stardom sit-ems.
All right, I like it, Fran.
All right, franchise versus Scorpio.
Ooh, you're lucky that you're basically colluding with your dad to give you a free win here.
oh,
So watch out for whoever his dad plays this week. If there's a little
me.
slight, no, I mean his players. If there's a slight tweak on Sunday right before a little like, whoa, that's weird. Why would he do that? It's Fran talking to his dad. Dad, please, you don't get it. This fantasy thing, it's my life. I need my name on this trophy.
I know Paulie. Paulie doesn't play.
Paulie
like
would be
that.
like, fuck
He would
you,
take
Fran.
every
I'm,
opportunity
yeah,
it takes to kick the
I'm
shit
thinking
out of
about
it.
trading to Paulie just to beat
I've
Fran.
heard Paulie's talking a little trade, so I don't know if this is gonna be the roster he has going into Sunday, but I'm still gonna take Fran, unfortunately.
Yeah, same, which sucks, but
It does suck because I'm going to beat my dad the week he just turned 60 yesterday, so
oh, hey, happy
Oh,
birthday,
happy birthday,
Paulie.
Paulie.
You should have some respect
Yeah,
I'm
for
going
the
to
old man.
I'm honestly going to beat the shit out of the elder. So
elderly.
That's a second questionable comment.
I'm winning.
tonight.
So that's what it
That's
is.
actually really funny because someone just said in the chat that Paulie will fuck Fran up. So,
Yeah, it's
Tyler, you winning? Or who you picking, I mean?
Fran's not.
see, I don't think there's going to be an inclusion here between the two because Paulie was telling me before the podcast that his ultimate goal is to get his name on a trophy. So, I'm
Obviously,
taking,
Paulie don't play for
I'm
second.
taking
you
the
know that.
upset. I'm taking Paulie in this one.
I respect it.
That's
Morning Wood versus Sleeper City.
Oh, I mean, so this is hilarious because when you go to Sleeper City, you wake up with that morning wood, and I think it's going to be morning wood all the way
what
today.
the heck just happened there?
I mean, losing Mike Davis potentially this week can screw him.
Not going
But-
to happen.
Well, he
Well,
also
I
has
mean,
to. He
it
also
literally
has to
will if
start
Christian
Kirk
McCaffrey
Cousins.
starts.
I'm gonna take the Sleeper City upset.
I'm taking Sleeper City here as well.
I respect it, but I mean, I'm an advocate for morning wood. What can I
I'm
say?
going Morningwood. Yeah.
Morning
Classic
Wood's,
Boy Scout leader there for you.
Morning Wood's sitting here with a 5-game win streak. I think that gets ended in a non-conference game, so it really won't hurt him that much in the long run. But Haas picks up a big one.
Yep.
Tank Complete versus SJ Knights.
Romano ruins this league.
He low-key does, but
The
I
whole
like
league.
him.
He
I like him.
ruins this league.
I call him up. I say, hey, let's make a trade. He,
He
says, sure.
just
for
makes
what?
trade. There was tensions were running high when Romano made a dumb trade and got called out for it right before kickoff last
Wait,
week.
you mean he traded Gio Bernard for Logan Ryan and it
Yeah.
almost
Okay.
ruined the league?
Timeout here. Let me
ruined-
defend everything. Fran was trying to say that on the record, Gio Bernard would get less points than Logan Ryan, and he thinks that's stupid as hell. Yet Joe Mixon didn't play last week and probably won't play this week. So
He's already out this week.
in fair, he's not. He just didn't practice.
No,
today.
he's ruled out.
But when was this released? My sources
Today.
just told me 10 seconds
Mixon's
ago.
out today on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep.
He didn't
Okay,
practice, but
yeah.
I don't think they've ruled him.
Rappaport just texted me.
Is
said-
he out?
He's out.
I'm pretty sure they said he just didn't practice today.
I don't know.
Joe Mixon's
we'll figure it out.
Anyways,
Look, that trade, it's just like we shouldn't be trading picks
But
involving defensive play. It's like, what
but
are we
I
doing?
needed Gio Bernard. How
But
does nobody see
I'm
that
saying-
he helped me?
Like, picks shouldn't be required for that trade.
No, I agree.
That's
I
when
should-
we get into, like, the absurdity of it. That's what I was most like, what on earth are we doing?
no matter what happens, there's going to be 3 people that veto automatically. So, like, when I made that trade, Shane vetoed because I was going against him.
I vetoed.
Like, you vetoed just because, I don't know, whatever. You
Because
vetoed.
I had real
You
reasons.
vetoed
That's
just.
the only trade I've ever
You
vetoed.
vetoed just because you're like, I'm defiant, and let me just stamp down my reign. And you just
I just don't
veto.
think picks were
And then
needed
you
in that
vetoed
trade.
because I
agree.
beat your ass one week. So I know what's going
I
on.
know I vetoed because I agree with Fran. I was like, why are we? Because roster management basically. What
But
I just don't think
but it
picks
made
were
sense
needed
for
in that
me.
deal.
I agree.
And-
Well,
Either
I mean-
way, SJ Knights is about to blow out Romano this
Yep.
week.
Yeah, I mean
So I'll get the
Romano.
last laugh
Romano has
watching
nobody
him
left
get his
anymore.
SJ Knights taking the win. Tyler,
doors blown out.
Romano's
like
next
that
year
shit.
is gonna be scary.
sweaty punt versus Rated X. Ooh, Fitman.
This is my statement game. I'll put the spread at 27.
Oh
against 10 again.
shit! I'll take the spread. You cover. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, I'm taking Pittman.
I'm writing that down. -27.
Minus 27.
Someone write
That's
that down.
That's a number made by me. We'll see where it lies.
Tyler?
Yeah, I gotta go Fitman. Yeah.
Yeah. This team's on
Armageddon.
the up.
Armageddon for 7 versus pour one out for my homies.
This is a battle of two fraud teams.
Credit to me, I called Brian out for that.
And I always-
He's first on here.
Nate's team never to me was like
I smoked
number one.
Nate last week. He's
Zeke's matchups are looking awful, and without a quarterback, he's looking even worse.
Yep.
And then Cam Newton looks like me again. He like I could go out there and probably throw two picks.
He's got Rivers on the bench. You start him this week?
I mean,
You can't play Cam Newton.
no. But knowing Nate, he's gonna play Cam Newton.
Buffalo has arguably a top 3 pass defense. Not pass defense, but defensive backs. So nobody's getting open. Cam Newton can't even throw a completion
The
right
only
now.
good thing on Nate's team is Terry McLaurin.
How many passes? What did Newton do last week? What did he complete for passes?
It was 9 of
We have to do this
21.
again.
No, so he
9 of 15 for 98.
9 for
with
17.
Rivers.
So hold on. So he threw 9 passes to Patriot defenders
That were Patriot receivers.
or
that were
Patriot
caught
receivers, and 3 passes that were caught
by the other team. Yeah.
by
That's how
San
interceptions-
Francisco.
That's how the interceptions work. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wait. Yeah.
The other team has to catch it.
so is
But the
that
quarterback throws it from your team?
like if you were the quarterback on your team and
Mm-hmm.
I was on the other team, if you threw it to me, that would be an interception.
Now, do I get to throw the first interception of the second round if I throw that last one?
no? You get
No,
the
it's
last
Knicks.
interception.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
See, that's where I was getting misquoted.
So Nate's relying on Cam Newton.
which
Patriots are relying on Cam Newton. Both of them will be let down once again.
at one point,
Mahomes
Patriots
wins.
lost last Sunday. I believe Nate tweeted, "Screw it, we're done. Let's do drugs." And then 12 hours later, he tweeted, "Screw it, we're back on Armageddon for 7."
There it is.
So that's
you
Patriots
just need a
Nation
little
for you.
time.
Yep.
I'm taking Brian just because his team has really good matchups all across the board.
Yep.
I think his team's gonna go off this week.
I think Mahomes does a little like, "Hey, I'm still Pat Mahomes on the Jets," and throws for 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I still think his team's fraudulent, but
Oh, 100%. But he needs running back help and tight end help.
Tyler, who you taking?
Miles Sanders ain't legit.
Well, the chat wants to know if we can do a welfare check on Nate because we just want to make sure he's all right.
That's
after
facts.
this past week.
He's good. If you guys want, we have a blog website. It's 508association.weebly.com. Nate actually put a very well written, very realistic Patriot
Coherent.
article in this week. It's called Now or Never. Honestly, if you guys want to know how Nate's doing, check it out.
I read it, fired me up, and I'm a Colts fan.
but he was also realistic for the first time ever about the Patriots. I'm sure that'll change if they win this week, and it'll be like Super Bowl ring or bust. But
Yep.
Yep. So
Wait,
check
so-
it out.
So who's he playing?
Armageddon for 7.
playing Brian.
You're our
Oh,
producer
Brian,
and you don't know
Brian.
what's going
I'm
on.
taking Brian.
Can we fire him?
We can't because remember what
Hey, I
happened
was
to the
I was making
Paw
sure that
Sox.
the chat had their welfare check, and we just gave them the welfare checks, and now we're good.
He works
Who
for
asked?
he works for the Paw Sox and they got moved. He works for us. We're gonna get moved.
I mean, better internet probably.
Chubby Chasers versus Nuck If You Buck.
Chubby Chasers is we might be on the works with something, but I don't know. I mean,
I've heard rumors about this trade. I just made a trade with Chubby Chasers for Teddy.
I don't know what I can do here. He
I gave him
he
later
wants
on.
me to do a lot, a little CMC movement.
He hasn't had the same team for like back-to-back weeks. I don't
No.
think all year.
I don't
It's
believe
because
so.
I'll be honest. We looked it up earlier. It's because week 1 or not week 1, week 2 I think I traded Aaron Rodgers, Marvin Jones, Russell Gage, and Braxton Berrios. I got Matt Ryan, Kareem Hunt, Joe Mixon in return.
Yeah, in hindsight, that's a bad trade for him.
Yeah, and then I traded Hunt for Kelsey and Crowder. So
Yeah, I'm taking Shane here. Another team. I think we talked
without
about
Aaron
this
Jones
before.
though, but he does have Jamal Williams, which is huge.
Aaron Jones isn't ruled out yet.
I saw today that he was.
He is out.
This guy,
He didn't practice.
he just told me that Joe Mixon's out 100%.
I just looked. I didn't see it. If he's out, I'm picking Chubby Chasers.
Scheffner just told me that.
Chubby Chasers.
Whatever.
100%. Nuck if you buck Shane. He got
He has Jamal Williams.
he
though.
got taste of suck my Fitz. He was sucking that Fitz, and he's on a 3-game win streak, about to be 4.
Any of the children watching at home, we don't condone sucking on fits or anything like that. So please just don't listen to him.
Tyler, who are you taking?
Which one is it?
Tyler, we're on a time limit here. Who are you
Suck
taking?
my fits.
That's not the match.
That's not even the matchup.
I was reading the chat again. I didn't listen.
He
to
gets
the
an
matchup.
automatic loss for
Yeah.
that one. 'Cause he can't
Can we
pay
fire him yet?
attention. He gets an automatic loss for that
when
on the
producers
record.
aren't paying attention. So what's the
It's
matchup?
Chubby Chases versus Knuckles.
Oh yes, this one. Yes, I just beat Chubby Chaser, so he's gonna bounce back when Chubby Chaser.
All right, I love it. Discount Belichick versus It Hearns When I Pee.
Yeah, it Hearns When I Pee looks like Mills of 4 weeks ago.
That's a bye week.
Yep.
I think he's winning this week.
Come
All right,
on,
well.
Fran. He just scored 30 points.
And he just got Ben Roethlisberger, Ronald Jones, Kenny Galladay. His team
Probably
improved.
3 best players in the league.
I like
His-
how Fran trades half his team to a
No.
guy who was the worst team in the league, and
He's
Fran
like-
goes, that team's
Yeah.
His team his team improved dramatically
Okay, next.
If those guys are so good, why'd you get rid of them?
because I got.
So if
You needed room
so
for
if he
Deontay
improved-
Johnson. You don't remember?
So if he improved dramatically, did you get worse?
No, it's a win-win.
Trades don't work like that ever. Trust me.
There's always a loser.
It was a win-win for you and Romano last week when you traded your
No.
defensive player for draft picks.
I literally fleeced him for that because Logan Ryan did nothing. Gio did a lot.
Gio scored 16
All right.
points
18,
to Logan Ryan's 7.
We're not going to do
and I
this.
beat Shane, so I mean, it's pretty good.
Dave, Nation of Domination versus Suck My Fits.
Yeah.
Yep,
I mean,
Dave.
I have like a million people out, and I'm still gonna win by
We don't
50.
have to talk about that one.
You're
Dave,
not.
you're
Wait,
winning.
wait. You're not worried about that at all?
I am a little worried. I'm not gonna lie, but
Why?
the only I
What's
mean,
worrisome?
everyone is dead
Well,
for me.
I mean, like, his team, like, yeah, it's not that great, but he also did get Carlos Hyde, who might be starting for Seattle.
The only thing I'm worried about is Joe Burrow.
has been
Devontae
going
Freeman
insane.
didn't look too good. Wayne Gallman looked a little better.
I don't know, like, yeah, you
Marquez
would need to get
Valdez.
lucky, but, like, your team's not.
I think he's gotten his lucky weeks.
I think AJ Green and James.
If Christian McCaffrey plays Thursday,
I mean, we're dealing in hypotheticals
Who?
with him.
Who
Christian
plays
McCaffrey.
Yeah, if McCaffrey plays.
Thursday night? I don't think he plays.
I don't see it
He
happening.
might.
I'm taking Suck My Fits.
Yeah, I'm taking Suck My Fits. I changed it.
Write it. No. I'll write it down.
I'm taking Nation of Domination.
Thank you, because you don't want to get on that side.
I just wanted you guys to talk about it. You guys were ready to skip over it, and now look.
Yeah.
All right.
Why do you think? Give me why
Give
I'm
me a
gonna
little
lose.
credit for that.
Why you're gonna lose?
Yep.
Because Joe Burrow.
Nice.
But he's sold on Burrow,
You
not
sound
sold
like
on Herbert.
sound like you're on tap right now, Fran.
Put that on tap.
Yeah.
Why do you think I had to run to the bathroom?
Fair, yeah.
Bum.
I mean, AJ Green's not gonna do much against Tennessee.
Tennessee gives up the 4th most points to wide receivers.
Yeah. So
Boom, roasted.
Tyler Boyd and T Higgins.
Which AJ Green literally outpaced them in targets last week.
Matt Ryan
And the week before.
Matt Ryan on a short week against Carolina. Carolina's defense has been very good against the pass.
Matt Ryan throws for 1,000,000 times.
Gio Bernard against Tennessee, not happening. That's not going to be a good matchup.
You didn't think Gio Bernard was going to happen last week.
You
What
did say
happened?
that last week.
I did.
You were wrong, which is usually what happens.
It is what it is, but he's not doing anything against the.
How many
Titans.
points?
How many points this week?
Yep.
7.
Okay.
Write it down.
Jamison Crowder,
Yep.
Probably
He's
won't
probably not
play.
even playing.
Kelsey does Kelsey things. That's a win. T.Y. Hilton sucks.
How many points?
T.Y. Hilton?
Yep.
5.
Nice. Keep it coming.
Josh Reynolds, 3 points.
Love it. Oh my God, you're fucked.
What's the total on that? 17. I'm taking the over.
He's not winning. Straight matchup of the week
Fran
is
has also thought my team is garbage.
matchup of the week. Straight cash homie versus 69ers.
Yeah, this is Bryce all the way. I mean,
Bryce
Bryce's team
again.
is-
I had a beat on this league from like the first time I sat here. Bryce is my favorite to win the league. His team's a wagon.
Yep.
It's about to be more Derrick Henry time. Keenan Allen, Devontae Adams, Nelson Aguilar.
Devontae
out of
Adams, like,
nowhere.
30
Aguilar's a
point-
great pickup.
Devontae Adams, a 25-point game is subpar for him.
And he still has Chris Carson on his bench. I
Who traded him?
think
Who
that
ended up
was Sweaty Punk.
Traded Chris Carson. He
Chris
leaves.
Carson's week to week. Juju plays every week. Just putting it out there.
Does he?
Juju's
seem-
questionable
He
right
seemed
now.
missing some.
and
that was great. That was
Juju-
good. Juju's questionable right now.
Juju also hasn't had 80 yards since Antonio Brown was
Right.
on the field.
He's
So
he's looked missing.
Michael Thomas may not play either, so...
Bryce's team is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Bryce jumping to 7-1.
Really
The fact that he has Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, Keenan Allen, Devontae Adams is straight up
And Chris Carson.
silly
And Chris Carson.
in an 18-man league. It's silly that people let him end up with that team.
All right,
Credit to him. Sonny Michel sucks.
start him,
Yeah,
sit
I
him.
mean,
Wait, I get the pick.
You obviously are picking yourself.
Yeah, 69.
Start him, sit hims.
Who's
Let's-
you picking that? Did you pick
let's-
him?
no.
Okay.
Run through these real quick
I
so we
never
can get to
picked
some
him.
hot takes.
Okay.
Wait,
Did we what?
did we do Discount Belcher?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was him
You probably
versus
weren't
Jake.
paying attention.
Him
Turns
versus
when I
Mara.
pee.
Yeah, Roberts. All right, start him, sit hims. Run through them real quick. Quarterbacks. I'm starting Carson Wentz against Dallas while I sit Drew Brees against Chicago.
Well, I like it. I'm starting Mr. Tua Taga by Loa.
Against the Rams.
Yep. I think.
Overrated.
I mean, thank you. I was pretty good with my stardom sit-ems last week. If
Mhm.
you guys wanted to follow along, I'm sure y'all didn't.
Who do you sit, Dave?
Y'all are like, meh, meh, meh. What?
Who are you sitting?
I am sitting Mr. Matt Stafford. He's going against that Colts defense, who's coming off a bye week, who should look primed to go.
Not biased. Not biased at all.
No. Darius Leonard should be back, hopefully.
Not biased at all. I'm starting Teddy. I'm gonna take my little.
No, not biased at all.
Oh.
Not biased at all.
I was just gonna say, no one in this planet is a bigger Teddy Bridgewater fan than me, and I'm finally being vindicated for years of support when everyone else said he sucked. Oh, you can't.
He's not playing in a dome this week.
Yes, he is. Is he not? Are they at home?
Where's he playing?
He's either at home or at Atlanta. So
Oh,
either way,
he's
at
at home.
Carolina.
Teddy Bridgewater's about to go off. Teddy Bridgewater, Super Bowl champion next 3 years. You can book it. I'm sitting Jared Goff versus the Dolphins. A lot of people look at the Dolphins, think they're a pushover. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a tough matchup, so I'm sitting Goff.
I love it.
Austin, running backs.
I'm starting that
Jamal.
man that backs
Jamal.
up Aaron Jones,
Jamal.
Jamal Williams, against the Vikings.
Did you
Not-
forget? Yeah, it's
It is Jamal.
Well, what are you saying that for?
Jamal
Did
Williams.
you forget the first name?
No.
It is Jamal Williams.
I know it's Jamal Williams. That's why I picked him as my stardom. And now he's going to have 120 yards and a touchdown against the Vikings this weekend.
Who you sitting?
James Conner
Whoa.
against the Ravens.
Oh shit.
Alrighty, I'm gonna start Devin Singletary. Playing the Pats.
I'd start Zach Moss over him.
That's just crazy. Why would you start a backup running back over the starting running back?
I think he's better.
Put that one on tap, will you? Myles Gaskin is my sit-em against the Rams. Rams defense is pretty good. Gaskin's going to get the volume, but I think the Rams are up and they're going to be airing it out with Tua at the helm. Dave, what are you doing at running back?
I'm going to be starting Josh Jacobs. He had an awful week last week. I think it's bounce back time. I thought, we all thought he was going to be like a top 10 running back after those first 2 weeks. And he really fell to earth. But I think that, they did lose to Tampa Bay pretty bad. But they were in it for half of the game, I'd say. So I think they have a little bit of confidence, especially in Derek Carr throwing, one pick this whole season still? Two. He did throw one last week.
Yeah.
So, I guess you got a guy you can go around, but wide receivers are thin there, which is huge. But again, that's why I think they're going to be running the ball a lot more. Josh Jacobs.
What are you doing out? Sit him.
I am sitting Buffalo's running backs, Devin Singletary
And Zach Moss?
See,
Oh my
a
God.
lot of people out there this
I
week
want to know the
saying-
reasoning on that.
So there's a lot of people saying start Zach Moss because Patriots.
Almost everybody's saying it.
That's what I heard. Patriots run defense is garbage. I think, personally, that Devin Singletary is not good, neither is Zach Moss. I do not like that run game in Buffalo. So I think Josh Allen's going to stick to the throw. And we've seen it. Josh Allen's the better runner on that team.
Agreed.
He is the best runner on that team.
He gets
Yep.
more touches than their running backs.
I would start Josh Allen at running back if I could
Okay.
over these two.
Surprising. All right, what are you doing at receiver?
Put a little
That's
gusto in it. Surprising. I'm starting Mr. T.Y. T.Y. Everyone's still,
Did they get a new quarterback?
yes.
Did T.Y. get
Recently coming out of the bye?
No, off season.
Well,
did-
they're going to need one if he has any chance of being remotely good.
People forget last week, Phillip Rivers, before the bye, 331 yards. That's huge.
What did T.Y. do in that game?
One catch. So what?
Is that true?
Yeah, he had one.
Oh my God.
And you want to play this guy?
What makes you think he's going to be doing anything?
After the bye week, there was
What happened in the bye
rumors
week?
were going around. Colts beat writers Paul. A lot of these stupid
The
things.
mouth of Indianapolis.
T.Y. was
Dude,
not.
yeah.
I mean, from New England, the mouth of Indianapolis, Dave Preventure. T.Y. has not been happy so far, as you could tell. I mean, he's barely getting any targets.
Because he's not good in his quarterback.
Phillip Rivers and him are going to start making a better connection this week. Mark my words.
All right, who you sitting?
Mr. Jarvis Landry. I don't know what it is. He's basically been the number one, I personally think, over Odell for the past few years, and he really still hasn't produced.
He's just meh.
Yeah,
He's kind of like a Amari Cooper.
he's
Like, he'll have
meh.
big games sometimes, but meh.
I don't like Jarvis Landry, and I think he's kind of washed up almost. I think he was really good in Miami, but then
Still
again,
throw the ball.
like, that's all he can do. He can barely even catch it. But I would rather choose Donovan Peoples-Jones or you'll see who
Higgins.
Pittman has. Yeah,
That's my start. Rashard Higgins.
Ooh.
he does. I mean,
He looked good. I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
I think he looked really
think he
good.
had one or-
Now he's obviously going to be the number 2 there.
mhm.
I don't know. Baker seems to have at least kind of figured it out, so I'll put a little faith into him.
He had
100%.
over 100 yards last week, too.
Did he?
Yeah.
Quiet.
Mhm.
And then I'm sitting Stephon Diggs against the Patriots.
Stephon on Stephon.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the Patriots could have like a little bit of a bounce back on defense. I still think they lose, but I don't think it's going to be a big game for Diggs. I think they'd rather lose to other guys than Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, I'm going to be starting. I liked Travis Fulgham here, but I've been doing a lot of stacks with quarterback and receiver. So I'm going to pass on Fulgham. I like Fulgham. Start him if you have him. But I'm going to be starting Mike Evans. He's playing the Giants Monday night primetime game. And obviously Antonio Brown got signed there.
Mhm.
Evans is going to lose his absolute mind if Antonio Brown jumps him in the depth chart.
Yeah, I think that's a
Oh.
bad thing.
Mike
Yeah.
Evans has to ball out. And
Scotty
Mike Evans
Miller, I feel like,
and
is
Mike
the guy
Evans
right there right now.
has the perfect matchup to ball out on Monday night against the Giants. So, it's this week. Mike Evans is huge.
He's tall.
I'm sitting Dallas wide receivers in general. They're playing the Eagles, so it's a good matchup for the receivers. Their quarterback is,
A division.
who is it, Dave?
It's your local pizza guy, Ben DiNucci.
DiNucci.
Hey, buy one, get one free cheese pizza Fridays at DiNucci's.
Alrighty. Yep, sitting Dallas wide receivers. For tight ends, I'm starting Jonnu Smith.
That was my start too.
We all had the same
Yeah.
start.
All right. Well,
Was it really?
I'm just,
Yeah, I think we all did.
I
Should've
am
asked.
much like a professional quarterback. I will audible and Omaha. Go, keep
Go,
going.
you
Alright,
gotta
yeah.
go,
Keep
just
going.
sit
I
him
want
out,
to get
yeah.
one.
No, Jonnu Smith. I mean, he's had 2 bad weeks. Been hobbled by injuries. Bounced back week this week against Cincinnati.
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting Hayden Hurst.
Oh, yep.
Hopefully, you guys didn't sit Hayden Hurst.
Not yet.
He's playing
No.
Carolina, so it's decent matchup. Short week. I think Ridley and Jones are the ones who take over tomorrow night. Tomorrow night.
I respect it. So I'm going to stick on my train I did last week with tight ends.
Mhm.
I want to start Richard Rodgers again.
Like it.
He did not find the end zone yet. Is that it?
No.
Okay. He did not. He didn't. He looked at me as if He didn't find the end zone last week, but he had 6 catches for 88 yards.
Led the team in yards and receptions.
Exactly.
Or, yeah.
And I mean, he's just a central mass guy. What can I say? I love him, and he balled out with Aaron Rodgers, and he did great last week. I expect it to still come up because I mean, tight end position is pretty thin. I think in fantasy, so any volume you can get, you might as well take. I'm sitting Mr. T.J. Hawkinson, little Matt Stafford link there with the sit on him, but that Colts defense again is legit. I mean, I'm not biased at all, but after the bye week, they will turn it on and show you why they're 4-2.
Unlikely.
Classic Patriots fan.
I'm gonna start Irv Smith Jr. of the Minnesota Vikings. I actually picked him up before their bye week and streamed him, and he played pretty well. I think they're actually trying to use him on offense.
They
figure.
started last year a little bit. I remember I wanted to keep my eye on him because Kyle Rudolph's old as hell.
Yeah.
Rudolph is also being shopped.
Yeah,
So,
as he has been
everyone's
last year.
being
I also
shocked.
just want to say, Mort Report just tweeted that the Cowboys released Dontari Poe due to weight.
Ah,
So, do
come
you want-
on. I mean,
do you want with that?
as a fellow big guy, you can't just go around cutting the fat guy.
Hey,
It's like,
hey,
what the hell? He
I'm
threw
just-
a touchdown.
I'm
He
just-
threw a touchdown
that
for the
was a jump
Chiefs.
pass.
It was a touchdown.
I was reading. Well, don't shoot the messenger. I am sitting T.J. Hawkinson. What?
I just said him.
Did you? I told you I was sitting him.
All right.
Well, we're doubling down on it. We're sitting
Yeah.
against the Colts.
Fuck T.J. Hawkinson.
Fuck T.J. Hawkinson.
He's gonna ball
Because
out.
the Colts are back.
No, I'll switch
Yeah.
it. I'll switch it for the graphic boys, but fuck T.J. Hawkinson.
Alrighty,
You'll have
boys.
to figure that out, 'cause I
didn't
had
see
him
that.
first.
I know that, but
Let's jump into some hot takes. I posted on our Instagram today to give us some hot takes to talk. So let's go. Kyler Murray and Deshaun Watson move above Russell Wilson in the MVP race.
well, no,
Deshaun Watson.
definitely
How's
not.
that going to happen?
I think you need to win games to be an MVP.
Yeah.
That's why it's a hot take.
Well, it
It's-
can't happen.
So I don't.
Kyler Murray, maybe.
I
Is who's leading the MVP race right now?
Rodgers.
They've all had one
I don't
bad
know.
game between all the
I would say
quarterbacks,
it's
I think.
Wilson, Rodgers, and Mahomes.
You have to put Mahomes in
I
there.
think you have.
I go Wilson, Rodgers,
Murray?
and then like Murray and
Mahomes.
Allen.
No, I don't
Allen's
think Josh
still in
Allen.
there.
I don't
Allen's
think Josh.
still in the top 5.
What do you get? 2 losses already?
Allen's
I
still
don't
in the
think
top
Pat
5.
Mahomes has been that great. I don't know.
5-1's 5-1.
I could see Kyler Murray
6-1.
doing it.
I
I
don't
could
know
see
how many
Kyler
games
jumping up there.
Definitely not deep.
Deshaun Watson, no way.
I mean, he would literally have to go
No way.
9 and out, and then like something
Go to the
crazy.
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
and then even that, I still don't know.
It's an A.
To stick on that Russell Wilson take, Russell Wilson continues to throw more and more interceptions as teams game plan for him this year.
Okay, well, the Patriots interception was definitely not like his fault.
They all look the same in the stat sheet.
hmm
Uh,
I don't know if he throws
Well,
more.
I mean,
Remember when
let's just-
Fran did it with Stidham?
next. I
Remember when
mean-
Fran was counting Stidham picks that didn't even count?
he had
well, this is an unarguable.
he had a bad game against a bad defense in Atlanta. I mean, or Arizona.
I think the other thing to point out too is he's never thrown the ball this much in his career.
Right, so he's
Yeah.
more
Like,
prone to
ever.
picks.
So
Mhm.
yeah, like obviously he's gonna make more mistakes, but he's also playing at another level that he.
Y'all
has
talk
never
about his
done.
picks, but y'all don't talk about 200 yards, 3 touchdowns to my guy Lockett. I mean,
I'll talk about that,
okay.
Yeah, that was great.
but he also threw picks.
The Jets trade Sam Darnold to the Colts
No.
They do
Shut
need
up.
a quarter.
Shut up!
at the trade deadline.
No, I mean, no.
I don't think they'll move Sam Darnold.
Personally, I don't think Sam Darnold's any step up from Philip Rivers.
I
we
do.
don't know. We don't
I
know.
do.
I don't
There's just-
buy
There's
it.
literally no way
No.
to know.
At this point in their careers, Sam Darnold is
No,
better.
at this point, I think Philip Rivers has the leadership a little bit.
There's-
And, like, he knows how to play a fucking meaningful football.
I think Rivers will continue to struggle, and they either. I mean, you can either go to Jacoby Brissett or you can make a move and
Dude,
trade.
they're 4-2.
And Rivers has struggled.
We just don't know what Sam
No,
Darnold
that's-
is at all.
Mhm.
Like, how can you tell? He's been
That's what I'm
playing on one
saying.
of the worst teams in football for the last 3-4
I
years.
would not risk it on
I wouldn't. I'm not
a
saying
guy where they openly went out and got Philip Rivers because
Yeah,
Frank
they
Reich
won't.
likes him. They're not just gonna throw away the plan after.
a team.
Say they even go 4-3, which they won't. But like, say they end up later down the road 7-4. That's still a winning record. Playoff. I know. But like, they're not gonna blow it up.
What team do you think would make them if the Jets were to trade Sam Darnold? Which I don't
Cowboys.
think they will. But does that make sense for the Cowboys?
I don't think Dak
Not right
stays.
now.
I really don't think he stays.
I think he does.
After what he went through with the contract dispute, and I think they're gonna be like, "Well, you're coming back, so let's just franchise you one more and see if you still have it."
I don't
Jerry
think.
Jones
I don't
is
think
Jerry
there's
Jones.
any other team that it would make sense for. Maybe the Jaguars
Pittsburgh.
What?
for Sam Darnold.
At the end of the year, they will trade for Darnold.
Probably not.
Roethlisberger's on his way out.
We can write that one down too.
Yep.
And see where that
And
one
then
lands
see where
us.
Fran spent. No, I didn't say Pittsburgh. I meant like 5
think-
years from now.
I think
He'll
Pittsburgh.
play for another team near Pittsburgh.
Dude, if Roethlisberger retires at the end of the year, who are they starting?
I don't know, maybe not him.
Michael Vick.
I mean, it's not good. I think it's going to Darnold.
Okay.
I'd rather Jake Fromm.
Alrighty.
Bo Nix.
Yo, speaking of Jake Fromm, that's one of the hot
The
takes.
Carolina
Oh, is it
Panthers
really?
are better without Christian McCaffrey and should try and trade him.
Oh, that's just not true.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
I do think they try and give him the ball a little too much sometimes. I think if anything Matt Rule should have learned from this is that if they just run a normal offense, Christian
Fine.
McCaffrey makes it better.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't run your offense around Christian McCaffrey.
And if anything, I mean, McCaffrey goes down, the team rallies behind that for a few
Yeah.
weeks. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I think they're a lot more predictable, kind of like what you were saying, Finman, with McCaffrey on the field.
Yeah.
but even at this point, Mike Davis had, 4 or 5 weeks in the system, and last week the Saints shut him out. So
Yeah.
I think the Saints and teams are going to start figuring out Mike Davis, but now Christian McCaffrey comes back a little more versatile.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's only going to help the offense, only because I think, like, now they realize,
Big
like,
playability
DJ Moore and
is-
Robbie Anderson can be, like, guys that we can throw the ball downfield to and be weapons.
Right.
And Curtis Samuel when he's on the field.
And you can also have McCaffrey split out in that flat and have
Yeah.
a very lethal weapon who can take that ball 60
Yeah,
yards
so
downfield.
he makes that offense better. Trading him would be the most ridiculous thing of all time.
Alrighty, we got one on our fantasy league. 69ers miss the playoffs.
I don't think they do. I think you might.
I think they miss playoffs.
I don't think they missed the Did you put this in?
No, I do not.
I feel like you low-key put this in, right?
Well, because he was
It's
like, I
probably
don't know
you.
who said that.
Probably
but I
Aaron.
agree.
It was
Probably Jake.
It was Jake.
Yeah, I knew it.
It was Jake. Cut
Jake's trying to get stir the pot going.
I mean, dude, he just got he traded Antonio Brown to them for a 5th-round pick.
Yeah, I don't know whatever owner's making those trades.
They
but-
traded Chris Carson for Juju Smith.
You need to have an owners-only meeting and talk about it.
I don't think they missed the playoffs. I don't know. If
I don't think
won
they
the
missed playoffs at all because,
championship,
I mean, they have the top fours. What are you, above Fran now?
He is.
That's where I think it gets sketchy because I think your team didn't start off hot enough where come week 13,
though. They could be rolling.
you're going to need to beat me to get into the playoffs.
Well, I think me and Fran have similar teams where it's like if we get in, we're going to be a problem.
Yep.
that was like me
absolutely.
last year.
We're going to be a very tough
I was
out.
the biggest problem. Nobody wanted to face me in the
Yeah.
playoffs. And then
Yep.
the juggernaut came to town. Zzz, zzz, zzz.
Alrighty. Speaking on their Antonio Brown trade, Antonio Brown will be wide receiver 1 for the Bucks by week 10.
No.
No?
No.
I don't either.
I mean, you got Mike
I'm out.
Evans, Godwin, and Scotty Bennett.
That and Tom Brady's never like he had Randy Moss, who is like a different type of player than Antonio Brown. That's a guy that you can just throw the ball deep downfield
Yeah,
to and let it go.
Moss.
Antonio Brown's not that guy. That's the
He's a
only
route guy.
time Brady has had a guy that's been number one all the time, every game, no matter who they played.
Yeah.
Like Gronk was that guy, but he's a tight end, so it's different. So, and then like Dave said, they have so many weapons that's like, how can you week in and week out know what you're gonna get?
Yeah.
Right.
Tyler Lockett only has fantasy value because Russell Wilson throws to him. If he had an average quarterback, he would be a flop.
I don't know. It looked pretty good to me that night.
Yeah, 203.
He's making like diving catches on 50-yard passes.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a slouch.
15 catches on 20 targets. So that's what he's saying. He's saying if Lockett had an average
I
quarterback,
think Lockett would only get almost more production on a mediocre team because he's the only guy there.
Like if you put him on the Texans, he's their number one receiver.
that's what I'm saying. I looked at it earlier. I think I said it maybe week 1 or week 2 on the podcast. Tyler Lockett's stats, I believe it was over the last 3 years, are extremely comparable to Julio Jones
Is that good?
with more touchdowns than Julio. He has like 200-something yards. He has like 200-something yards less than Julio, but more touchdowns than Julio.
So that is good.
It's better than
Yes.
Julio.
So, I mean, Lockett obviously is
He's
going
gonna
to
spin this.
No, Lockett's obviously getting the help with Russell Wilson, but if you put Lockett on a team like Houston,
yeah.
where their number one receiver was getting 150-plus targets a year,
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett is a top 5 receiver.
Yeah, he was behind
Like-
Doug Baldwin for those first few years.
Oh,
and then
man. Doug Baldwin was a beauty
He
to
was a
watch.
beast.
He
Yeah.
was awesome.
He
And Lockett stepped up every single year.
Game winner against Green Bay, right? In that playoff game?
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Alrighty. Buffalo wins by 17-plus on Sunday,
This is Mills, right?
and the Bengals upset the Titans on Sunday.
I think the Bills winning by 17 is more likely than the Bengals upsetting the Titans, just because I think the Titans blow up the Bengals front line like every
Yeah,
play.
I don't think the Bengals have the defense to win that game. I guess they could maybe surprise.
And I also
they could be in that game. I don't know if they'll win.
Yeah,
I just
they
don't
won that
think
game.
I think Tennessee's offense is getting to the point where you almost have to start competing with their offense too,
Yeah.
along with the defense, which is so tough. So no.
But
think-
the Patriots could get smoked.
Easily.
I mean, that game could easily be Buffalo by 17-plus, or New England could win the game.
That's
Like,
that's
it's
my.
one-
I,
it's either
I
way.
don't think they're gonna. I don't think the
think it's gonna
Patriots
be
are
a
gonna
close
lose
game.
a close game.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they're either gonna get murdered or they're gonna win.
Mm-hmm. And I think the first quarter in that game's huge,
Yeah.
as every
You're
first.
gonna
I
know
mean,
right away.
The Patriots are the worst first quarter team this year.
and Josh Allen was
I
fantastic
don't-
in the first quarter through the first.
I don't
4
think they've
weeks.
scored a single touchdown in the first quarter this whole year.
They haven't scored a touchdown in 2 games.
but also in the first quarter throughout the whole season.
That's
I don't
crazy.
think
I
they've scored a
just got my
touchdown.
feels a little bit there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty,
All right, sorry.
Baltimore will have a first-round exit once again. Do you think Lamar Jackson can perform on the big stage?
Well, I mean, no. I mean, he definitely can perform, but I don't think they get the first round bye, so I don't think it's a first round exit this year.
I think the Ravens have a little bit of a weapons issue.
Yep.
They don't have a receiver, really.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you signed Des Bryant to play with the rookies in the practice squad.
Yeah, that doesn't
Is
make
he
sense.
actually going to play? I don't know. Marquise Brown has been pretty much nothing.
You got Pat
Willie
Ricard, you can
Snead.
throw the ball to.
Good.
I mean, but he's also like a 300-pound fullback.
So's
Yeah.
and Kelvin Benjamin.
Not a fullback, but still.
I mean, that's
300
the thing
Popeye's
with
biscuit
Baltimore.
away, baby.
I don't think Baltimore loses their first playoff game this year.
I don't either. I think, especially because last year they're going to be a little more. I think they're coasting to the playoffs right now. That's why we're seeing them like, oh, what the fuck is this team? Like, I think that they have a chip on their shoulder,
Mhm.
and they're going to want to show it.
I mean, they have to be careful they don't mess around and finish behind Pittsburgh, though.
Exactly. Which they already
This week is going to be huge.
are. Oh man, why don't they
1
flex
o'clock
that?
kickoff.
Why don't they flex that?
Don't
1
worry,
o'clock.
they play the Patriots.
And that's
Sunday
going to be the
night in
worst because
November.
we're going to be watching it with Fran, and he's going to be like,
Oh,
yeah, let's
well,
check red
they do
zone.
make up for it. They are the Thursday night game, Thanksgiving,
Ooh, against who?
against the Steelers.
Oh, okay, hey,
love
all
that.
right.
Love
They
that
gave
game.
us that one.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have gave us both. But.
Too bad we can't have Thanksgiving with our families because of COVID. So.
I don't know about you, Fran, but me and my family get tested 2 weeks before seeing everyone, so we're safe and make sure everyone's
2 weeks
okay.
before.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks before and after, just so we know it's
It
not
should
spreading
be
around.
2 weeks of positive tests, and then you can see each other.
You sound like a little LA Dodgers player.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you sound okay. Just stay inside.
I'm
buddy.
advocating for COVID safety.
Just get rapid testing, that's all.
Rappaport.
Kyler Murray is a top 5 quarterback.
Agreed.
Yeah. Sorry, they
Friends
hot.
gonna disagree, but agree.
I don't like it, but
Can't
he
throw,
is.
Did you know he
He-
can't throw the ball?
No, I didn't, because he lights it up
He
every week.
physically cannot throw the ball.
He can.
Just like
He
Cam Newton can't do it.
No, Cam Newton physically
Cam
can't
Newton
throw the ball.
will-
What quarterbacks are better than him this year?
Who, Kyler?
Like, okay, I'll give you Lamar and Mahomes because they are better quarterbacks.
Lamar,
Rodgers.
Mahomes,
Russell
Wilson,
Rogers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Rod-
That's
Josh
it.
Allen.
Not
Tom
Josh
Brady.
Allen.
Josh Allen's
Kyler
not
Josh
Murray-
Allen is better.
Kyler Murray's
Tom
better than
Brady.
Josh Allen.
Not better than Kyler Murray so far this
Tom
year.
Brady? I don't know. Past 3 weeks, he's had like 5, 4, and 4.
He's looked good, but
I put Josh
But
Allen-
also
the
that,
whole
that Tampa Bay
season,
defense.
I
is
still
legit,
play
too.
Josh. I'm putting Josh Allen above.
No, I go
Kyler right now-
five,
right now.
5 no order. Mahomes, Lamar,
Sounds like an order.
Rodgers. Okay, you want my order? Rodgers, Mahomes, Lamar, Wilson, Kyler.
So he's in the top 5.
Yo,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I never said he wasn't.
going back now, a couple weeks ago, when we had Nate on the podcast, Nate was saying Cam Newton will finish better than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
looks
man.
it.
I don't know where he came up with that.
Stomach.
God, man, 2 weeks ago, man, it feels like forever ago in regards to the Patriots.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right, we got 2 more. Pittsburgh will win the Super Bowl.
Tough to disagree on my end. I talked about it earlier.
I just think Pittsburgh always has that flaw in them, and it's
What's
gonna,
their flaw this year?
that offense. I don't.
No.
Maybe Big Ben can't keep up. Like
He can
Fran
keep
said,
up.
I don't know. He's retiring at the end of the year.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
could
I mean, I-
easily see Pittsburgh. I told you, I don't.
You're the only problem is playing that Chiefs team in the playoffs.
But I don't think that was my point earlier. Is I don't think that's as big of a
All right,
problem
I'm
as everyone else
backtracking.
makes
I'm
it out to be.
backtracking. I'm backtracking here because usually it's the Steelers' only problem is New England Patriots, and
Mhm.
they're
They're
gonna
not
be.
there.
I bet.
Maybe.
I think the Steelers.
Is this? Oh my God! Is this a Big Ben swan song?
That's what I'm thinking.
Peyton Manning did it.
Big
The
Ben
GOAT.
wins it this year and hangs it up.
I think they
I
could.
mean-
I don't see any team that's dominant in the NFL. Who's dominant?
Indianapolis Colts.
Does Ben have 2 Super Bowls?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he
it's been quite a while since the last
he
one.
wins it this year, wins his 3rd, retires, books his ticket to Canton.
Well,
I mean, he's
it's
already in
booked.
Canton.
Yeah, but he's booking it after.
But then
wins the
again, he
Super
did
Bowl.
rape someone.
No, that didn't
Oh,
happen, David.
oh,
And
I just
our
see it. I see it. That lies.
our last
Him, Kobe.
our last hot
You
take
name 'em, they
is
did Hey.
Tua will lead the Dolphins to
No.
the AFC Championship or AFC East title.
Oh, Oh.
How's he gonna
No.
do that?
Tua will lead the Dolphins to win the division.
I just don't
The Bills.
understand the Tua thing because they were playing so well with Fitzmagic, and I think they kind of rallied around it. Like he started playing well, and the team was like, "We can't believe this is our guy, but he's our guy." And like everyone was making plays. They had that game against the 49ers where he lit it up.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they love him. It just didn't feel like the right time to do it. Like unless they were planning the whole time to play him until the bye week and then play Tua. Maybe that was their plan going into the
But
season.
it didn't seem like that was the plan because Fitzpatrick seemed like he was totally like, wait, what?
Yeah, it didn't seem like they clued
Did you see
him
that,
in
that
on it.
interview? We talked about it last
Well,
week.
they
he
put
was
Tua
sad.
in at the end of the game, and Fitzmagic's on the sideline, like, yeah, that's your guy.
Yeah,
clap
pumping him
for
up.
him.
And then he's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, 4 days later, he's like crying on camera.
like,
Like,
wait,
I just
that-
thought this was my team.
Yeah, which I mean,
So I feel bad
sucks.
for him because he really.
I love
was
seeing
playing well.
Fitzmagic. Yeah, and
He plays so hard. Like he would die out in the field, and he would not care. Like
Yeah.
he runs and he takes hits. He shouldn't even be running,
guy's
Yeah.
and he
old.
does. And he takes hits and he makes plays.
But like he said, he finally found like that team that, like Fitzpatrick looked like he could have been the starter there, and they could have won 10-6 or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, and not only that, but they, like I said, the team rallied around him. Like he was with the Dolphins before, but it felt like the team like took to him and was like, this could actually be our guy, because the team actually was giving him a chance, and then they just took it away from him.
I think with Fitzpatrick, they have a chance to win the division at 10-6. I think Tua will finish 8-8, come in second place in the division.
Yeah, you just don't know what he's gonna
but
be.
then again, that might be a playoff team with this new format. You don't know how it's gonna end.
Could be a playoff
A
team.
lot of good AFC teams though in that AFC. What is it? North.
Yeah.
Loki.
East.
You got North.
We're talking about the
Dolphins are
Dolphins.
in the East.
Yeah,
so-
well, I just switched to the North, talking about Pittsburgh, Bengals, not the Bengals, Browns,
Browns.
and the Ravens.
Alrighty.
AFC's tough. I mean, there's going to be a lot of spots there, Fran. Did you go take another piss?
I will. That's going to be it for tonight, guys.
Make sure
Alrighty.
you guys subscribe to our YouTube, like us on YouTube. Subscribe to Twitch, like our Twitch, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram. I don't think we have a Facebook yet.
No.
Maybe in the
Speaking
future.
of following us, we're going to be giving away a
Whoa.
Tua Tagovailoa jersey next week.
Even though he sucks.
So, we'll be posting it.
8-8.
We'll be posting it on our Instagram, on
Romano,
our Twitter.
you would
Make
love
sure
to
you
win
check
this.
it out.
And make sure you check out the blog. We're posting a couple times a week now, trying to get more. But yeah, hopefully that'll be up and running a lot more smoother.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to the 508 Power Hour. Make sure to hit that follow button on Twitch and hit subscribe on YouTube at 508 Association.